All right, people, how we doing out there? First things first. My name is Kenneth Bird, and my company is ILEG Infusion Light Energy Technology Screens. We got one of the panels over here coated with our ILEG Infusion Light Energy Quantum Black Star. This is our screen paint that replaces the Quasar because we started a new company. The Black Series site is no more. Crystal Age is no more, but yet the copyrights and everything that's legal on those particular two companies still stand. Again, we don't want anybody doing dumb stuff because they figure we've been through this before. I mean, literally, I had someone send me an email telling me that my copyright, because we weren't using it, we weren't using the cube anymore, that they had free title to touch it. And I'm like, no, we can't do that. But anyway, I always put that out there. So, yeah, so this is new technology under the new company. We have a larger screen behind us that's painted with it. Actually, this is the giant screen that I built for myself for showing off demonstrations to our investors and individuals who pop over to the office. So, getting that done. But decided to paint one of the panels with the Black Star and show you the massive difference with our projector here, showing that, yeah, without the technology, well, damn it doesn't pull. Whew, man, I tell you, I got a busy day, man. I had to rearrange the desk, get everything done. Busy day, and I still have to build that transparent screen to stand for today. So I can basically set that up independently without basically setting it on the radiator system, which I still have to block off a little bit better because there's heat coming out of it. And yeah, reason why, projectors generate a lot of heat. A lot of heat. So, no need to use that thing. Alright. Got to clean my brush out. Got to pick up some caulking today. I want to do the glow in the dark icicles on the other PC over here. I got to do that today, but I want to show off our technology here. Let me see. Oh, wrong mouse. Let me see. Lights on and brighten it up in here. It used to be in my fully lit environment. Should be. It's an office, so I don't know where else it would be at. Basically, if I'm going to be in a fully lit environment working, it definitely would be in the office. Projectors always we're using our Sony VPL CX100. That projector is a $10 machine that I purchased. Still having some interesting conversations with the other person on the other projector, who I did basically send him, he sent me a reply back of pictures of the frozen image. I did him one better. I sent him the unboxing video. So I think that one works out much better. Then you can watch his projector being opened up and displayed and seeing if it's the frozen image we saw on the screen. So I'm going to explain to him my field and what I do, and I'm not like everyday Joe. I know these machines. I've seen the videos side by side of me putting one already previously bought right next to it, showing the difference between the bridge and one without the bridge and all that. And yeah, he'll probably get the gist of it all. That I know what I'm talking about. They try to speak to me at the end of the day like, well, you don't really know what you're doing. Maybe if you plug it in, turn it on, as he literally said to me, yeah, buddy, you're creeping toward a lawsuit. You're really ticking me off now. I can take you to court on that. I can skip eBay altogether and go to court on it. Your projector doesn't work. I don't know how much thoroughly checkout you could possibly do on that one. But anyway, yeah. So we'll get all that taken care of and all that done. And then we already ordered the ViewSonic because I need it for the 235.1 throw for this screen over here, because this screen does multiple setups. Let's get over here. There's multiple setups, and I do want to do a multi-projector setup. I want my investors to come in and be able to see like multiple projectors on the screen over here, everything from Pico, ultra short throws, a 720p, 1080p, and so forth. You might pick up a 4K, but I did get that a couple of times. Said, what's the difference between our product and 4K? Even though we have videos on that, still they want to see it in real life. So I'm going to pick up a 4K projector, a little side by side for them. Alright, let me go clean this paintbrush out, because I gotta make sure this thing is super, super clean, because again, without it, oh, I gotta get pictures of that. Definitely gonna need pictures of that right there. Yep, that's that Quantum Black Star. Yep, that stuff is gorgeous, gorgeous. But anyway, this is also gonna be left up today, because again, we're building the other screen right now, building the stand on that, but I also had people coming in today to take a look at that, and some of the other things we have going on around here. That's why all the projectors had to be done. Had to clean them up a little bit. They're too big, too bulky. Get them uniformed, which got them uniformed now. Both matching nicely. Look at you. And showing off a little bit of invisible technology on the fish system we have over here. I'm going to pick up a fish bowl, like a regular fish bowl, and then coat that and put fish in it. And then later on we do the sheet of plexiglass we have here. I'm going to hook up the Pico, hook it up to this projector over here, show you the flex. Well, that's not the flex. That's still AdTech. I got another surface over here, a couple surfaces over here. Around near the end of the month, we'll be showing off the Gamer Flex, which we have right there. We have sample sheets for that. We'll be showing off the H2O Aquarium. That's the one that does the holograms. Is a really crazy color. And we'll be showing off the Gamer version of the front and rear technology, which will be coming up soon. Also, so we're picking up the Connects. So I got to see how that thing reads through one of our screens, especially when the transparent front screens. Oh, by the way, projector's in eco mode. Can't burn that thing at full power. Man, you have any idea? That thing's sitting on top of my desk. That's why I have the cardboard here to push the heat this way. We're not worried about that because the fans on these things pretty much cool anything down. So not worrying about we're dispersing heat in a different direction. This projector is not going to be there. I actually am going to be in the process of ordering me a QME projector, a Q5 projector, which is going to be fantastic. It's 500 lumens. This thing's about the size of this box right there. And I can just stick that right there on top of my desk, and that's it. A little tiny thing with a little tripod, and I'm done. We don't need a lot of power with that. So right now in eco mode, we're running at 1900 lumens on the Sony VPL CX100. Now, the lowest kit that we have on the Quantum Black Star is $187. I think that's the one they're going to market it toward. I don't know where they're going to market it at. But they're going to. I've got a funny feeling I'm going to end up in Walmart. I don't mind that, tell you the truth, honestly. I don't know. I got to think about that one. We'll be signing our contracts, by the way. In our contracts, we have certain areas that we just don't want to be at. Mark doesn't exactly scream, you know, hey, you find a black diamond at freaking Walmart or Elite Screen. You can't find that stuff. They have to go to certain spaces. Yeah, I don't think so. Besides, when you're talking about selling a product, especially if you're talking about that particular branch, you definitely don't want to go to screen paint. That's a definite no. And it's too much room for error. You're better off doing a physical screen. It's simple, plain, take it out of the box, connect it up, you're done, that's it. That's why the AdTech is right now, we're developing a acoustic screen paint from the AdTech technology for our acoustic screens. So if you notice that the AdTech is not for sale, you can't buy that paint anywhere. And the reason why I would explain to the investors is because it was developed to be our product to develop and engineer our own physical projection screens. Any surface that we coat with that stuff becomes part of AdTech. Like that piece of well, no, that's actually not even AdTech. That would be that over there. That's the transparent screen. That right there is our screen paint. And also questions were asked about the Black Star. What can we paint it to? What type of projectors? Is it weatherproof? You know, the same usual stuff we go through. One of the questions was, well, like if I just paint my desk, can I turn it into a screen? Yeah, you can. You can literally turn your desk into a screen. I mean, if this desk was mine, I can literally, which I wish it was, I would literally paint the entire desk with that technology. So I can turn the entire desk into a giant screen, would be really cool. Now, keep it from getting damaged, I would put like flat poly over it. You don't want it glossy because then that'll be bouncing back in your face and you won't like that at all, period. Just to protect the screen, a little proxy or whatever to protect it. You can get flat proxy. It's toxic, it's strong, but it ain't nothing gonna go through that. At the end of the day, you're not gonna have a problem with that. And also too, if you're curious about some other stuff we're showing up on the desk, we're also showing off the fish and the container. This is using the AdTech technology. Our 50 lumen projector sits over there, pushes through this, which is actually coated with the technology. And produces our fish in a container. There's the other one over there. And that's the giant screen we built in here, cardboard and panels. Matter of fact, same panel here, same panel there. So you can see, even when I was plugging in the damaged projector and we fired it up, guess what? The screen pulled it up with no problem. That stuff will fire off from anything. See, colors are nice and bright and beautiful, as they should be. Alright, let me go clean my brush out. I'm going to come back in because pretty soon I got to work on this PC and get that touch-up job. Oh, yes, that would happen. The minute I'm about to go out to go take care of this, commercial pops up. Perfect timing! Absolutely perfect timing. Alright, let me go grab this. Finally, I'm getting this done. You have no idea how many times I had to change this out, change this out, change this out, especially with the giant screen behind us. Man, the stuff I had to go to try to figure out how to put something up without touching the walls. Yeah, that was an interesting challenge. I learned a lot of things, I'll tell you, in that process. I learned a lot of things. These makeshift panel cardboard walls, man, are fantastic. Man, I'm going to start building these things more often. Actually, I got it designed for something much, much more less boxy, but it's still cardboard, but still it's a panel system that you can lock together. We are building panel systems, by the way. We're actually still working on that. The panel with the shifting contrast technology, we're showing that off today too. We want to pair out my screens. Got a couple of days into working on the PCs and getting them. That right there blows my mind right there. Look at the reds in that. Look at that. That is absolutely beautiful. This is what the investors love. They like the splatter screens. They like screens where you can see the huge massive difference between what our product gives to your projector versus, you know, what you usually see on YouTube at the end of the day. Again, the dark environments, that's going to play out. That's playing out already. And I mean, more and more people, they want to be in fully lit environments. And it helps that, you know, I can have people come in here from an office setting, if we want to do business in one of these big office buildings over here, come into an office that's fully lit and watch a projector fire up and then see that difference. Because it's not enough for them to see like the screen standalone. They got to see that difference. You know, they're coming off a widescreen, high-powered projector in a dark environment, and they're coming to an environment that's fully lit, cheap projector, and as you can see, like massive difference right there. Yep. You got his head resting on the box. Massive difference. This is what I talk about. You have the difference between night and day. Hold on for a minute. Let me grab something down here. Make sure we got one of them down here somewhere. That's finally got under the desk cleaned up. Finally. Desk organized. Got to clean up. Go on there and check my corners. Stuff like that. You know, I'm a stickler. Those corners drives me nuts. Especially when I had the shop. Definitely drove me nuts because Risa gets some of the biggest spiders I've ever seen. In that particular neck of the woods, we had some really big spiders. And $50, these things were huge. And yeah, it freaked me out to know what was growing in them corners, man. My videos on busting down the shop. Get all of those corners everywhere, going with that vacuum cleaner, mop, vacuum, bleach, whatever. Yeah, spiders freaked me out, man. They were huge. Pretty sure some other people got bigger, but still, it's too big of a spider for me. Let me get something here to put up here. Somewhere, just organized and cleaned up in here. Everything nice and neat. So I get on myself when I don't put things back to where it's supposed to be at, and I got to go hunt for them. Nice and neat. I haven't been to the art museum in about a couple of months. I'm due to go back. Should have been going there more often. Just got caught up in work and everything. But I'm going to check out one of their new exhibits. Take the time to enjoy. You know, well, it's interesting how crazy life is. You know, way out over in the garage, I made it to the art museum quite often. I made it to the park and sat down and ate something and relaxed. I'm at the airport out here. It's more of a closer distance, but I'm still at the airport. I go out there less now. You know what I mean? It's just almost like when I came in here, my work doubled by a lot. And then, like I said, when you really think about it, I can't have people and live in the houses and stuff. Even though I was doing advertising and stuff, it was okay by the owners and stuff. But still, couldn't have that people come in and see that technology right off the bat. And being in this office, I freaking love it because I can have my clients come down, and they can check out the screen, see what we're working on, stuff like that. That feels great to be able to have a location that I can bring people to see the technology. And on top, I'm going to be on site this summer. I'm going to be all over the place this summer, different sites, different places I'm going to. Got a couple of people that are going to be showing up the new technology ad tech, the advertising technology version of it for Windows and for trade shows and all that stuff like that. So can't wait for that. And I got a buddy of mine who's coming on. He's a computer whiz guy. He's going to be developing the commercial software and all that stuff for ad tech. So, you know, got companies out there that don't know how to do AI, you know, commercials and all that stuff. I don't know how to do it. That's why I'm hiring him. He's going to do these commercials for them, design them for them. They come in consultation, I'll tell you about the whole thing. So it's really exciting how everything is working out. What did you get in a fight with? You're always fighting something. Now that's a white sheet of paper. White sheet of paper, because, you know, you have people come in, they go, well, the wall is not technically like the color of my screen. That is true. That is true. So there's a white surface right there. And again, this is why I went back and did the research. I got a high performance white screen. Matter of fact, I had a Elite white screen in. Much more advanced, higher white screen, I guess, than the other white screens. But I had one in, and I had a white t-shirt up there, and a piece of white fabric up there, and white paper up there. And we did a couple of demonstrations, which I did on my channel, and I explained that there's no difference. There really isn't. There's no difference between this, that, and the other. You might get a little peak higher white than the other one, but it's still the same thing. Still going to go through the same problems. They can't see it. And this is what these offices are schools and hospitals and churches and stuff are going through. Even people at home. You just can't seem to get the screen. You get a white screen, you get a projector. They tell you that the projector is going to give you all these little bells and whistles, and that's going to fix your problem. You see a bunch of family members on the side of the box, and they're in a fully lit environment. They're outside, and they think, gee, I'm going to get that too. You don't get that at all. That's why they contact us, because they see these demonstrations right here. And people do their research, as I said before. They go on YouTube, they search around. That's how they find it. They go on YouTube, they search around, they look at everybody else and try to find what they're trying to find. Fully lit environment. That's what they're looking for. That's the main key. You're going to see people look for, get projectors for the first time. It's fully lit environment demonstrations. That's what they're hunting for. And they watch all these demonstrations. When we go on our YouTube field trip, all these demonstrations of people in the dark and dark and dark. They're in the dark right now. They don't want to be in the dark. And some of them spent a lot of money for those projectors. But then they pop up on our stuff. They see our screens outside, inside, customers showing up our demonstrations. We show an on-site demonstration, especially this summer. This summer, I'm going to flood YouTube with on-site demonstrations. I got almost 100 locations I'm going to be popping up at. So you're going to get a chance to see these demonstrations everywhere in all different kinds of locations, commercial environments, everywhere. So people can, when they go on YouTube to do their search, when they go to Google and do their search and we pop up, that's why they contact us. Just like the customer who did the sea turtle outside, he wanted to have a screen outside on the side of his house. He wanted to go out there and watch his movies and sports and whatever. He couldn't get that what he saw online. The white screens don't do it. A gray screen's not going to fire up out there because, again, that 100% contrast is a must, especially for movies. It's a must. So you can't get that from that. How many gray screens you see right now outside firing up at 250 inches, 180 inches, 150? And none of that. No, you don't see that. I'm not talking about for one person, but from anybody. How many people do you see it? You don't. So you see these black screens outside and they're generating images. That's why they contact us. This summer's going to be booming. Because this summer everybody's going to be outside getting ready to get their patio furniture cleaned down and get the grill ready and everything. And what's the one thing you want to do when you get there and barbecue and have fun? You want to have a nice screen out there to watch. Or if you've seen our technology, you go especially over to the Chris DeWitt site, we have one of the biggest displays on outdoor demonstrations than anybody else. Everything from motorized projection screens, fixed frame screens, to ultra short throws, long throws, picos, you name it, different size caliber screens and everything. And when they come to us and they ask us, well, how much money is this going to cost us? Because people think that when they go outside, they have to have more lumens. It automatically kicks in. I got to have more lumens out there. It's going to cost me more money. It's not going to cost you more money. We didn't pay a lot of money for those projectors. Those projectors were very cheap. The 250-inch screen was done on a 720p projector. It was done on the Christie LW401. It was a $275 projector that I purchased off eBay. Matter of fact, it wasn't even running through HDMI. So, VGA to HDMI adapters. But yeah, it's a lot of money. So that's the whole purpose. You know, look at the massive difference in that. So do you know what that means? Because the screen's pulling up that beautiful color, that means there's no calibrating involved. Why would you need to calibrate something that's picking up beautiful color already from the door? It's not necessary. Calibration is needed on screens that can't read color correctly. Their balance levels are off. Like that one just dropped the thing right now. Like, no, I'm done with this. We're done. You're not going to come up here and insult me at the end of the day. Come on, buddy. I need you to stay right up there. There we go. Be good. I'm weak to you. I don't know why you can't sit. Now, did we talk about gray screens when my people come over? No. Because they don't even have a gray screen. Every single one of the people that I've actually been in and out of their establishments have white screens up there. Every single one has a white screen up there. That's the first thing people do. They go buy the white screen. They buy a high-end, good projector. And that's what they figure. That projector's going to fix it. They won't. So, getting to the technology we have under the Black Star. It is a one-code application. If you saw the demonstration, I coded in this giant screen right here. This is dual 160 inches, 1610. It's quite a big screen. I did that with a one-coat application. If you notice in the demonstration, or any of the demonstrations we do something called a paint down demonstration. We just don't paint the screen, edit it, and then all of a sudden the screen's, no, you have to watch the drying time. That's very important. I was able to dry it using my air cleaner. That's it. That's all it took, just the air cleaner to dry that giant screen. So, not a lot worrying about how long it's going to take to dry. And we have experience in motorized projection screens, everything from different caliber sizes, even including tension screens. I get that a lot of tension projection screens. We have to explain to people there's a certain way you have to take those things up. You do not want to hit that tension line because you very well mess up your screen. Anyway, so one coat application, that's why we don't have instructions with ours, because they're not needed. As I said before, it's so easy. Your kids literally could paint that screen in with no problem. Actually, as a matter of fact, we got a little guy coming in pretty soon. He's going to be wearing a little painter's outfit. He's going to be painting in screens. Low VOC, low odor, all that stuff. Everything detailed specification on the website. Keep in mind, our specifications are so good. People copy them. Yeah, people literally copy our specification sheets. I don't know how you would do that. You don't have the product, but it happens. People copy us. Okay, so all the information's there with surfaces you can paint it on. Our products do have something called batch number guarantee, which means your products are guaranteed. Wish you could have got a batch number on that projector over there. That'd have been fantastic, but you know, that is what it is. We can get the money back and get me another one. Okay, so the batch number guarantee, all products are tested before they're sold, which means you can go back and check out our demonstrations and test on products before you can actually buy them. Once they reach that particular point, that's how we design our specification sheets on basically our test. Once testing's done, then products go through something called batch number verification, where all products are tested before they're shipped out. You'll get a little badge on the back of your container, and they'll give a time-stamped date. You can always go back and check the YouTube video watching me, Mr. Bird, painting your screen, paint and dry demonstration. Interesting thing about the paint we have here, I sent out the companies. Companies get gallons from us. So the gallons that went out, this is part of their paint on my wall and over here. It's on my panel system and my panel over here. Yep. I literally use that paint every day on everything. But anyway, so yeah, batch number verification. This is very important. As I said before, why batch numbers are very important. It protects the merchant, number one, to back up their products are 100%. You know, never know. You might have to pop in court one day. You know, people do dumb stuff, and that's where you're probably going to be at. But at least at the end of the day, you can show that the product was tested before it was shipped out. Also, too, for customers, it's fantastic because you have a 100% guarantee that the product is working. The last thing you want to go through is to buy a screen paint and find out that you could literally did it yourself by sliding it off a shelf. If you don't believe me how bad that can get, go check out something called the Blacklist that we have on our other site, which is now the new domain name is ILEG Technology Screens, so our Technology Screens Info. Go over there, you go into the menu, you will see something called the Blacklist. You may want to click in there. The reason why stuff has to be batch number, because again, you very well can be sold an overpriced house paint that you could have slid off a shelf. All right, let me see, anything else? As in projectors we use to test our products are 1,000 lumens. So actually, we can pick up much lower than that, but we use 1,000 lumens to pick up on our technology. This technology also has been in something called a halo system, which will be shown up again today. Which we have over there. If you're wondering what that screen is right here, this one right here is a very interesting screen. This screen has around 12K of high-powered cold lights wrapped around that screen. Projector has to travel 13 feet, make contact with the lighting we have in here, which is commercial, which meters don't pick up to begin with, and hit that and still be able to pick up and generate. That is actually a challenge that was put out, and guess what? It hasn't been met yet. It's a really difficult one, and I'll tell you why. They have to be commercial to do it. They can't do it at home, because again, it's the difference between my lighting here and their lighting there. And the projector cost has to be under 20 bucks. We did it at 10. So how many people do you think are going to take that one on? Especially when they're using crutch projectors. Now, You don't know what a crutch projector is. This is a very high-powered projector. They're constantly using demonstrations because it'll make up for the things that their screens can't do. We call them crutch projectors. They have to. These projectors handicap their technology. I gotta get ready to start decorating this thing. There's some cool stuff I want to do to it. Now, yes, our products are ultra short throw compatible. The Halo system and ultra short throw. That was pretty fun. We consider that easy. Projector sitting right up on top of the screen. It's really not a contest for us, but still, we did black versus black. We have the largest black versus black demonstrations. Those you don't know, this is where we put our products against black paint, black fabric, black film, clothing, you name it, we've done it. We literally made even other black paints that didn't have our technology in it, put against our own product. This is why we can advise people that, hey, look, hey, if you make it, we'll give you permission. And guess what? Some people have tried, they have failed. Which I got to post those to the blacklist. You have to watch those. Let me see. Yeah, black versus black demonstrations. You definitely got to have those. We've done those at 1,000 lumens, at 16 feet, 14 feet, 13 feet. We've done it inside. We've done it outside. We've done it on ultra short throw pico projectors. You name it. We've done it already. And there's another demonstration you have to do where one side of the surface has white paper, one has black paint. You have to show a color level balance, that you're picking up a perfect tone, perfect color balance, where you don't come up too much. You don't have your high enough white levels, you end up like the black paint, but you can't read anything at all. If you come up like the white surface, too light, or a gray screen, you don't have enough contrast, so your colors wash out. These are the tests, the things that you just heard me just speak. These are the tests that we will literally go to a website or go to somebody's YouTube account and look for those tests. If we don't find it, we automatically know from the door. So that's why I said that we advise customers, and we got some people that got very mad over the batch number. Ooh, they got really mad over that. Very mad, very upset over these batch numbers. Extremely upset. Because we are arming the customers with information on when you're talking to somebody about screen paint, ask them one question. Before we get into the size of your screen, before we get into what type of projector you're using, before you get into any of that, request batch number verification guarantees. Because it's your dime at the end of the day. You want to make sure you're getting what you paid for. You took the time out to research your projector, you went to forum sites, you did all that. Keep in mind that without that proper screen, your projector is absolutely useless. As you can see right here what's happening right now with the white surface laying against our product. So with that being said, that's why you have to research that screen to make sure you're getting what you paid for. So we're advising customers to request batch number verification. Now you can't do a batch number verification if you haven't done testing. And if you haven't done testing, that means you sold a product on the market that has not been tested. You know how bad that sounds toward anything you can think about. Imagine I got computer parts up here running. How horrifying that would be if I find that the parts are not tested correctly. It costs me time and money. Not properly tested. Not properly tested. You see over there sitting in the box? That's a projector. A projector that was claimed by the owner that it was thoroughly checked out, thoroughly tested. It's not tested. It's sitting in the box over there. He gets come pick that thing up. He's going to go send out a shipping label and go pick it up, and whatever they got to do at the end of the day, but get it over there. I can get me my money back and got things to do. You know what that costs me? Time. Something I can't get back. Money I can get back. Time I can't. So again, people don't like it when their time is wasted. That's why batch number verifications are extremely important. And this is why individuals got extremely hostile and nasty, because they didn't want customers asking those questions because their products weren't tested. That's why. Now, like I said, you ask them that question, they'll shut down on you quick. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. It's like having the ability to read minds. Can you imagine if you had the ability to read minds? You're going to buy a car, you can tell everything that person is thinking at the end of the day. I'm going to mark up the prices and make them pay a little extra for that so and so and so. Yeah, it's just a cup holder at the end of the day, but they don't know that. They're going to pay $200. They're going to pay $200 for a cup holder. We have something called a beverage carriage holder. It's a luxury item on the car. Yeah, aka cup holder. But anyway, if you knew that on the door, you just kind of like, nah, man, you don't mark me up $200 for a cup holder? What, is that what that is? Cup holder. Yeah. One step ahead of the game. So that's what we did. We armed customers with information. What they asked for that batch number verification. Now, if they don't want to do it and they want to fight and argue with you, then you go elsewhere. But you get yourself a guarantee your product's going to work. Because keep in mind, as I said before, people and individuals that we have on the blacklist who got caught matching house paint and live streams, that is a perfect example, and that's what we're going to be using to get batch number verification a real thing. For any product that's sold on any form of merchant platform, it's going to require those batch numbers. And that's what we're pushing for. So that will cut down a lot of nonsense. That will cut down the nonsense I just went through over that projector at the end of the day. Because I would have loved to see a batch number of that thing working before I actually bought it. Because that would have been nice. Definitely would have been nice. They said I had 100% like, oh yeah, it's definitely going to work when it gets here. That would have been nice right there from the door. Instead of me going through that fiasco right now. That's why I can't express enough. Some people don't like to shop from eBay because they figure that, man, they're just taking a huge, massive risk. You know, we've done pretty good on eBay. Bought a lot of projectors, but then we ran into stuff like that from time to time. That does happen. And like I said, I would love to have a batch number on that because, man, that would just make my life so much easier knowing that the projector's going to work when it gets here. Because, again, the money, where you can get that again, it's the time you can't get back. That's what we can't get back. So, yeah. So that's why we advise our customers to ask us about you. People got mad at me and go, oh, but you're asking for that because you do that. Well, you should do that too. Why? We do that because we guarantee our products. It's going to come up. All those things that we do are going to come up. Especially the paint comparison. That's definitely going to come up. You can't get around that. There's no way in the world. If you really think at the end of the day you're going to develop a screen paint and you're going to basically last 14, 15 years and that's never going to come up, man, you're going to have so much stuff come up on your product. It is going to be freaking crazy what people are going to ask at the end of the day. Yeah, you better be strict with your stuff, man. I'm very brutal when it comes to my tests. You've seen the testing I do to myself. Well, I was going to sit there and build a ledge on the side of their house, stick a 1,000-lumen projector in direct sunlight, and expect for it to push across the ledge, 2 panes of glass, travel 13 feet, go through a 1,000-watt light bulb, nail a screen, and pull. We do that crazy stuff. Why? Because I need a challenge at the end of the day. And I find it fun and interesting. And most of all, someone is going to think of that and come up with it and ask us it at the end of the day. Because the higher you basically pull in rank, the more crazier it gets. And again, before anybody says, well, higher in rank, I'm going to say it one time. Match or better. That's all I got to say. For those who don't know what match and betters are, we got tired of people talking too much trash. So we started posting these little shorts that have tons of videos in between, showing all the crazy stuff that we do. We put down match and better. And if you think you're the same as me at the end of the day, you think you do the exact same thing, then you wouldn't mind finishing a couple of dozen of those videos. I already got match and betters that go back to 2019. It's called 1100 Lumen Challenge. It literally comes up on Google. So, projector outside, 1100 lumens at about 13 feet back. So we do those demonstrations because it cuts down a lot of the nonsense of people making false claims. Customer will come to them and says, hey, look, Mr. Bird puts out these videos called Match and Betters. How about you do one of those before I purchase your product if you say you're as good as he is? And then they'll give the excuse by saying, we know where this is going at, but they give the excuse by saying that, oh, that's not real at the end of the day, that's all fake, that's all smoke and mirrors. We find out that basically that customer comes back to us and says, hey, this is what he said, where is he at? Now I'll send you a document. You say, we have to have your address. Yeah, post office box, email, doesn't make a difference. I'm sending it out to you. And that document, you know what that document is, right? So that's a document that you're going to back that up in arbitration. Me, you, and a judge. No lawyers involved. In that document, you have to prove that what you said against my technology is false, or I should tell you, real. Can't back that up, you're going to owe Mr. Bird $500,000. Now, you're going to sign that document. I got people that have canceled and put money back into my banking account and remove an entire state of Pennsylvania. So you think they'll sign those documents? No. There you go. That's how we cut down on nonsense. There's no time with this back and forth challenge stuff. I'm a very busy person. Short, clean, done. Me, you, arbitrator. That's it. So, again, customers request batch numbers. You need to have them. See, I wish eBay would really start having batch numbers, because I'm telling you, that would have been a much easier transition to go through. Like I said, it goes both ways. You know, you sell something on eBay. A lot of people have sold stuff on eBay, real good stuff, and they get ripped off on the customer. Customer will send them back something completely different. This guy had these beautiful action figures. The customer ripped them off. Now the thing about it is, when you're selling collectibles, other stuff you can go get again. But a one-of-a-kind collectible, that's a little hard to replace. That's extremely hard to replace. And people will send you back crap in the mail, send you back anything. When you say, oh, the item was defective, so and so and so, and they'll keep the item and send you back something else. Now the thing about it, yeah, you could file the complaint and you'll get your money back, not a problem. But you have to understand what was lost here. The item was lost, and that item at the end of the day is something that maybe that they had 3 or 4 of them in the entire world, and you had one of those. You got your money back, that's great and all, but you'd rather have the item back. And that's something you can't replace. I did it when I had been a choice. So I had been a choice knowing this could happen. I watched other people had collectibles go through this nightmare. I recorded and documented every single toy that came through there was documented. What was put into that box, what was shipped over to them, the whole 9 yards. So I had a policy claim in my eBay account that I put in my policy account that clearly stated that if an item is not returned, I'm going to be taking you to court. I'm going to sue you for 4 times what the item will be, or something crazy, like a $50, $60, $100,000 lawsuit, that if I don't basically get that item back. If you claim that the item, after the batch number showing the item and being inspected, put into the box carefully, and shipped to you, and you make a false claim against my company, and I request my item back, and I don't get my item back, I'll be taking you to court. You've already agreed to this the minute you purchase the item. That means I can take you to court and I can sue you for $100,000. That's how you back your company, and this is how you keep from getting ripped off at the end of the day. On top of that, with a customer watching a collectible that he or she's paying for, like, wow, man, look, they inspected it, they put it in the box, everything is in there, this is fantastic, you got something to help you out. Because that merchant switches out that box and puts something else in there, and what you're seeing says, no, this is not exactly what I saw in the video. Videos are time stamped. So you can't do that. There's no way you can swap out the box, can't do it. It's time stamped. He would literally have to show it's in that box in court to win. So it protects both parties. But that's what I had in my when I saw in Vintage Choice. I had a policy in there. And then that policy said that it's not suing you for basically violating the batch number, is me getting my merchandise back. So if I request my item back, I'm requesting it back in the original condition that it was. You know, once you pop the seals on those things, they're not worth anything anymore. So there was a penalty for popping seals that you had to pay off, and it was far more money than what the item was worth. So again, yeah, people are careful not to pop seals or damage. You get nasty with you. And I think we get nasty with collectors and pop their seals and send it back to them. Stuff like that. Take items out, stuff like that. So yeah, you pop that seal, it's going to cost you $10,000. People won't pop that seal. You make sure you get your item back in mint condition. So if the item comes back and it's not in the box, say it's a phone book, could be a box of socks, could be anything that gets sent back to you, Take them to court on that. There's a policy right here. The minute you make the purchase, you agree to it. Now, if you said you didn't read through it, that's your problem at the end of the day. As long as you got it in big, bold writing right there in front so they can see this, there's no way around it. Then you put this in extra fine print, you're going to get yourself in trouble. Okay, that means you're trying to hide something. Big, bold writing right in the front so they can see it. Boom! Ain't no way around it. You can't see that. That's why all our policies are huge. They're right up on your face. There's no way you can miss them. They're right there. Because you didn't take the time to read through it, that's your problem. You're going to read the fine print. You need a magnifying glass for the way we write that thing in. I think we use letter size 26. You know how big a letter size 26 is? It's huge. So you'll see it. It's a bright red writing right there in your face. So that's how I was able to protect myself selling toys. Because I watched other people get burned, and it was a shame. This guy had these beautiful collectibles, sent them out, the guy sent them back junk, and he was so upset he cried on camera. That's somebody's hard work at the end of the day, so we're going to rip them off on. But you put those policies in place, pop that seal, damage that item, call me 10, 20 grand. If you pop it, it's right there in that policy, right there in front. So I get the item back, I want it back mint in the exact same condition that I sent it out to you. And I inspected my item and I've recorded it. If you send me back something that's not mine at the end of the day, and I got showing a box timestamp the whole 9 yards, and you send me back, that's going to cost you 100 grand. So yeah, I've never got a toy back ever that was basically tampered with, seals popped, nothing, not one time. And I sold dozens of vintage toys, not one. You got to put those policies in. You got to protect yourself. Customer reads that. It doesn't discourage the customer, because you know why? It's the same thing. People say, oh, but no, it doesn't. If you got, like I said, it's the same scenario about security cameras in the workplace. If you do your job every single day, you don't get in trouble, you're not there slacking and carrying on. Them security cameras don't mean jack to you, because you do your work at the end of the day. You ain't got nothing to hide. But if you're out there on the side of the building smoking, taking breaks when you're not supposed to be taking breaks, going on lunch break when you're not supposed to be going on lunch break, cutting, doing all kinds of stuff you shouldn't be doing, you're going to complain about the cameras. You're going to complain about invasion of privacy and all this stuff, and the Big Brother Act and all that. You're going to complain about that. The people who do their job don't care about cameras at the end of the day. I'm just here to get my job done, do what I got to do it by the book, and then go home. Now, if you're stealing from the workplace, you're going to be upset, because whatever money you was making off that side hustle now just got cut and you ain't got it anymore. Those people are going to complain about it. So people, when they see a policy pop up on our site like that, they're not bothered by that, because their intention is to paint the screen in, display it, and enjoy it. That's it. It's those people that are doing things they shouldn't do worry about those policies. And for those people, again, who have been under a rock for God knows how many centuries, every company has these policies. Everything you buy, everything you have in your home has policies sitting on top of them that are designed to protect that item. If they didn't, there'd be no companies around, because they wouldn't exist, because again, they wouldn't last that long. They wouldn't be to protect themselves. You may be a guy to go in and buy something, your intentions could be 100% gold to do right by that product, and you got people go in and they don't have the same intentions that you have. That's why they have the policy. That's why I say move the rock, because you'd be surprised some of the dumbest stuff I've ever heard in my entire life, of people going, oh, you're just trying to rip people off. So I'm ripping people off. I'm the only one with batch numbers. I'm the only one that has the most testing, most indoor, most outdoor demonstrations, certified screens, different types of projectors. You mean to tell me that we're the ones that started the black versus black test on our products versus showing that the products don't match house paint? We do all that stuff. We're the ones? Really? And the other ones are the ones who broke every rule in the freaking book? Yeah, sure. Good luck with all that. That's why I'll sit in the dark. This is why when I go to YouTube and do these field trips, or when I'm doing research, I find customers of them in the dark. Operating in a commercial environment, you would never hear me say ever out of my mouth in any form of environment, it'll look better once we calibrate. You would never hear me say that. Ever. I've never advised the customer to calibrate. For what? We don't calibrate. We can't stand it. But I advise somebody to do something that I don't want to do. You got to calibrate when your colors don't work right. And he wasn't even in a fully lit environment. Mind you, the guy sat there and said the lights aren't all on. It must be super bright in that. It's a church. Of course it's going to be bright. You got to be able to read text. All that stuff. It was so dark in there that the fire exits were dark. So that area wasn't fully lit. And he says, no, the lights are not on. The lights are not on, and you're telling me that the image still looks bad and we got to calibrate? You catch that one. Yeah, because everybody in the forum site did. They caught that one right from the door. So how is he worrying about the image quality and the area is not even fully lit? You got to calibrate. Like, they're being in the dark. Tell me, well, the image get better once we calibrate. You're like, well, we're in the dark. So if the image looks bad, and he's not even in a fully lit environment, what happens when those lights fully hit? There you go. Because the same thing I was saying was the same thing the preacher was saying. And he made the statement, he said, oh, lights aren't on. Of course they aren't. You can't see the fire exits. There's no way in the world you could have a church that dark. Like, what are you serving at the end of the day? But still, the fire exits, you can't see them. Them doors have to be fully lit. That's a serious violation. You can't run that in there. That's impossible. That's why they got all those lights in there. Lighting up this area, light over that area. We all been in a church before. You know how it works. One time I was doing something with some other guys doing a music video, and he wanted to coat the entire room with a screen paint, and he could have all the lights on at the same time that they're trying to do, doing some kind of special effect behind when you're singing and dancing. And the problem they had was you would go with a gray screen, you would go with one with a white screen first, and it didn't work. They couldn't get the colors, the contrast, it was just washed out. They went through all that, and the next step people do is they go and get a gray screen. They don't go get his product. They go to Home Depot. That's what they do. They go to Home Depot and they mix something up. Because there was a gray screen, it's just a gray screen. Because there's no videos out there showing the difference between a gray screen versus another gray screen. That's why people just go to Home Depot and just go pick up gray paint. That's what they do. Because it really doesn't show much of a difference. And then he saw my demonstration. He saw a black versus black demonstration. That's what he saw. He said, oh, I see you got something different than black paint. Because we were thinking about going down that road and just painting the entire environment on black. Get some high-powered projectors, like I said they like to do. We get high-powered projectors. They're just going to fix it. And he saw the demonstrations we did. We had the Christie's 5,000 projectors. We did the black versus black demonstration, all that stuff. He watched that and said, yeah, we're going to need to buy some of that stuff from you. That's why you do the test. Alright, we're only going to do 1 hour on this. Just having some fun. I set the panel up. We got them over here. What time do we have? Oh, the other machine went over here. Let me see. 9 o'clock. Yeah, and I got people come in, like I said, from an office area. They don't want to see me dim lights, none of that stuff, period. Because again, like I said, they're coming out of a dark environment. So we're going to get a kiosk unit in here. It makes it a little easier because they can just come in, they can just buy samples, whatever they buy right from there, scan it, be out. And then they go back and they basically paint the screen up, and then next thing they contact us, they see what they like, they ask us, can we do the whole building? That's how big the contracts are, an entire office complex. Now, that's why we're developing the panel system, the fixed frame screens, or not the fixed frame screens, but that kind of like acoustic screens we're developing, because we would have something other than screen paint. That's how big the contracts are. They come here and they got white screens with an entire establishment. Because we're about a good maybe 50 to 100 screens in that unit. Especially when they come in here, because again, like I said, seeing is more believing. They can come in here and they can see the screen right from the door. And on top of that, then they're looking at our projectors too, because that comes up a lot. They look at our projectors and they're thinking maybe we're using high-powered machines, and it's got to be the projector doing all the work. And they found out it's these projectors right here. Now we are using $10 projectors in here. We are using $50 projectors, $60 machines in here. These are all 720p units. Now they start recalibrating, thinking like, do we really need these projectors? How much money to save in that huge building? You're paying $3,000 to $4,000 per projector at anywhere between 20 to 30 to 50. That's a lot of money. Now imagine how much money they would have saved if they had our technology embedded in there, and they were paying under $200 for their projectors. $3,000 would have been enough to cover that entire building with no problem. One projector, what they paid for, would have covered that whole building. How much money they would have saved? They can even get projectors on a pallet. It would cost them less. Average consumer spends about $3,000 for a projector. Let's say $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 for a projector. They can't even do this. Screen won't pop up. And what they'll do is they'll go to forum sites and they'll try to find somebody who can talk about ambient light rejection technology. I want to be in a fully lit environment. I want to have my windows open. You know what I mean? I don't want to be trapped in the dark. It's my living room, not a cave at the end of the day. That's why I bought the projector to begin with. And mind, these are ultra short through. They're not even at a distance. They're right on top of the screen. So they go to all these forum sites and they advise them the same thing. You got to darken the environment. Like you can have a little light in the background, but then the picture quality washes it out. They got this tannish look to the screen. Some people just deal with it. That's what it is, what it is. And the other half, well, they try to find a solution. So then they switch over to a gray screen, and it doesn't get any better. It's a little slight hiccup. That's basically about it. You're not getting much out of that. If it did, the person who painted the screen in that was trying to watch a soccer game, mind you, my customers are outside. So he's inside trying to produce an image, and my customers are outside watching videos, movies, and whatever. It was far better than that screen. That tells you right there that gray screen didn't work. And they deal with that. And they're still unhappy. Because they still want to see the contrast. They want to see the color, all that. They're not getting that. They pop into one of our demonstrations. They watch our test demonstrations, so they do their research. They go to our website, look at our specification sheets, all our information, our demonstrations, everything. Our customers are displayed on our page too. And people sit back who don't like us and wonder why we get business at the end of the day, why we're getting contracts. Because we do the work. You don't put the work in, you don't cut corners. Guess what happens when you cut corners? Lawsuits pop up when you cut corners. You know, like, and you don't build a boat correctly, and you want to cut corners on it, and that boat goes out there and sinks in the harbor and kills about 12 people. Guess what that means? You got lawsuits and possibly definitely jail time coming. How'd you cut corners? Nothing good comes from cutting corners. You got plenty of people in contracting just go through that nonsense. They use the wrong gauge of wire, knowing they can't handle the power surge. It's like using a really thin, cheap extension cord to power a refrigerator. You're kind of asking for that. Refrigerator and an air conditioner all plugged onto one unit. Well, how do you think that's going to work out for the outlet? That's one of the things I saw when I was in the apartment complex. Refrigerator is supposed to be hooked to a special outlet. You can't stick that thing on any outlet. You'll have fire problems up in there. You'll definitely get a fire. When you see a refrigerator, especially if it's a two-prong, you know how old a two-prong outlet is? That's like something, I think 70s? Around 70s, the two prongs. It's supposed to be three-prong, and it's supposed to have a circuit breaker on it. It's a certain amp that's supposed to be on it. Nah, these jokers over there had a three-prong adapter on the back of a refrigerator to plug it in. Oh, it was just stupid. I was like, we ain't gonna mess on burn this place to the ground. Literally. Not even grounded in any way whatsoever. Easy fire. So they took an adapter to make a three-prong into a two-prong and plugged that into a back of a regular outlet. Jeez. That's like, you ever seen the difference between your washer and dryer outlets? Don't look the same as the dryers you have up because it's a different type of amp. When we had the commercial projectors, commercial projector wouldn't run to the outlets. It would tear up electricity. You know, basically cause an outage in the house. I was going to hire somebody to come in and put in a separate fuse box. Because if it tripped, I didn't want it to take out the rest of the house. So I was going to have a separate dedicated box, put in a breaker. Sorry, not fuse box, that's too far back. A breaker box. So that way, if it tripped on that breaker box only. It had nothing to do with the house. But that was going to be very expensive to have that done. And not necessary, placing on a place at the end of the day that I'm renting out. So not going to put that kind of money into it. But that's why I found out about the EcoFlow system. That's why I purchased one of them. Oh man, we're past time here. Yes, we are. Oh, wrong remote control. What are we doing over there? We're in the wrong remote control. We're going to be over here. Got everything done. All right. So, nice video demonstration. Show off our pretty colors, all that good stuff. Yeah, show you the massive difference, which you're supposed to be seeing from the door. Which you should be seeing. Those standalones. Alright, well, our technology is available. Oh, yes, we have free worldwide shipping. Kaboosh. I love the fact that we have everything here. So right now, I'm going to be building pretty soon. We're showing this off right now, but I'm going to be building my other screen over here. It's still going back over here. I'm just building me a stand with it because I don't want to sit on top of the radiator system. It's kind of tacky. So I do want to stand it up a little bit, a little higher up. Definitely need a little higher up so I can see a little better. So I'm sitting behind the desk, and that's what I'm working on right now. So I had to get all that cleaned out. Got to go behind there with the vacuum cleaner and vacuum all that out and everything, get all that ready. And then we're going to set it up in there with a little stand on this side and this side, lift it up a little higher, put a screen there, paint that all black so it looks a little bit more fashionable. And as you can see, I did extend the box all the way over. I had to cut a piece there because we're a little bit off on the edge so it fits nicely. And then once that's done, we're going to put a piece over top of it here so these fit nicely in here because they kind of lean inward. And that'll be done. So they're going to be not glued in, they're going to be Velcroed on because I need to get access to remove that in and out because that just slide in and out, by the way. So, yeah. I like my front transferred screen. That thing is freaking amazing. I love gaming off it too. And cool thing about it is when we bring people over and they see it, when they whip their cell phones out to try the recording, yeah, they get the blinding light that comes up. Shows you how much that screen can generate, how much light it generates off of it. So you're going to hear about that a lot on how much power the screens pick up. They actually blind a cell phone. All right. Hold on for a minute. This is our website right here. We have a lot of cool stuff on our website. A lot of cool stuff on our website. We like to put a little time into this. I had to rebuild and structure the site. That right there is the technology right there. It's all different from the technology we're developing, which I have to expand this because now we have a couple more labels when we pop it on here for our new technology. That talks about our ILEG, which is Infusion Light Energy Gain. Oh, that stuff is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Yeah, that whole halo system is a beast. Anyway, panel systems we have here. Video demonstrations we have here. And with the halo system, you can check all that out. There's challenges on all those demonstrations, by the way. Projector mapping applications to show you the fields that we do dabble in. So for those of you in the projector mapping, we also work with that. These are our what are these right here? FLE screen paint applications we have here. Customers and all that good stuff mixed in there. Outdoor demonstrations showing game capabilities, you know, so forth and so forth. More demonstrations outdoors, all that good stuff. We had two websites. This is the info site right over here. That's being converted. I had to go in and get more memory for it. So all that's going to be changing pretty soon. And we got more customer demonstrations here. Tons and tons of pictures. There's going to be an info site, by the way. We got how-tos, unboxings, everything on here. And keep going, more customers. This is showing off the Halo system, 235.1 screen. More pictures, more pictures, more pictures. And this right here, as I told you, and I wasn't joking, this is one of the biggest outdoor demonstrations. We got everything on this thing at the end of the day. Actually, about to add some more to that too. This is the most outside demonstrations on and off YouTube. And guess what? Every single one of those videos carry challenges, which means you have to complete the exact same video or better. You're matching betters, all of them. So as I said before, if I'm going to be outside with, you know, 250 inch, 150 inch, dual 150 inches, 140 inches, 120 inches, 135, got to do the same thing. Those are just for the naysayers at the end of the day. People just talk too much. That's for them. And keep them busy. So that's our other site right there. And that right there is our Black Series site. This is where you can place your order at with free worldwide shipping. I gotta go in. I got to up my, what we have here, marketplace. There's our marketplace. A nice little light display in the background showing off that new technology. Video demonstrations, marketplace right there. And at the bottom of our marketplace, you can go check it out for yourself. At the bottom, we have the largest black versus black demonstration, showing our products being tested, making sure they don't match any form of house paints, fabrics, films, even tape. Everything. Everything you could possibly think of. If you have not done these demonstrations yet, I would advise you, it'd be hard. It would be. Because again, you can't do batch numbers unless you actually have tested your product. And I'm going to explain something to you how crazy this can be in a court. For those of you who make screen paint and your stuff can't pass a batch number because you haven't done testing. If one customer, just one, challenges you on this, you're in a lot of trouble. Now, this is bringing me back. They will literally go through your PayPal account. They'll find out how much of this stuff you sold that wasn't tested before it hit the market, and you're done. You understand me how bad this can get? The first thing they're going to ask, if a customer files a complaint against you, and he says, hey, I think the product they're selling has not been tested. I can't find any videos, nothing on it. This stuff being actually tested. You're in a lot of trouble. That means you made an untested product that you don't even know. I've had products come over here that didn't have special labels on them. It's supposed to be a special label on the back of that basically tells exactly the product is basically fire resistant, blah, 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 blah. It's a data sheet. It's supposed to be on the back of it that tells you that. We have in every last one of ours. So when I go to the post office, I put down, yes, it's flammable, not flammable, but I put down that it's basically liquid and all that stuff. You're supposed to post down that it's liquid and stuff like that. Because if you don't, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. And if it's liquid, they can't ship it unless you have a certain form of document sitting on the back of them. Those who got packages from you see a little document, you flip it over, you see it right there. Gotta have those. Get in a lot of trouble if you don't. So bottom line is, they're going to ask if your stuff is tested, and you're going to have to show tests. And yeah, they're going to go through your website. They're going to go through your YouTube channel. They're going to go through everything and try to find these tests. And if they can't find these tests, then guess what? You're going to be in a lot of trouble. Now, see right here, to my customers, this right here is called the black versus black test. Now, one of the problems we had really quick on a person who called himself doing a gray versus gray test, he never posted a test to his website. You know why? Because they match. That's why. And if you go to the blacklist, which we have on here, you'll be to go in and see that he even tried to delete the evidence and try to hide the evidence. Now the reason why I bring this up is because this is what we're going to be using, including the other one, on why we need to fight to get batch numbers a real thing. Because these are the perfect, and I call them children, but you call poster child, that's what it's called, perfect poster child for why batch numbers need to exist. Gotta have that done. These are our batch number tests right there. Very important to get those tests done. Because like I said, anybody can challenge you in court on that. Anybody. Most people think at the end of the day, no one's going to spend the money for an attorney. Yeah, if they're suing you for 100 grand, they will. And if they're suing you for 50 grand, they will. And they can take it to small claims. That's $12,000 right there. 10 to 12 grand right there. At $100 filing fee, which is easy to do. Easy to fill out one of those. You don't need an attorney, no crazy stuff. Anyone can file one of those things. Now for me, all my stuff is backed. All my stuff is tested. All my stuff is displayed on my website for my customers. You know, you file a false claim against me, I can go to court and back it up. I got a batch number sitting on my stuff. So I can back mine up. So with that being said, my counter lawsuit's $500,000. That's for wasting my time. Because for me, money, I can get money. It's the time I can't get back. You got to pay for that. In the 14 years I've been in business, that one person never walked me into a courtroom. Because I can back all my stuff up. That's a heck of a freaking record to have. That you have that much testing that you have on your products. They go to my YouTube channel, they find 11,000 videos sitting there, probably higher now. And Mr. Bird, you get your work in. Yes, we do. I can do that demonstration right there in that courtroom. Just like I can do the demonstration here, just like I can do that demonstration on any site, I can do that demonstration on any social media channel, I can go to any freaking expo, whatever I got to be at, I can do the same thing over and over again. How many people can do that? So if I can do it in any different setting I go to, if I can go to someone's place and get them to push a fish tank through a storefront window at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, what would happen if I walk into a courtroom with you and I got to back my product up? And it's $500,000 sitting on the table that you may have to pay. How well is that going to go for you? There you go. Ain't going to go well. Got to get to back it up. And the customer at the end of the day, batch numbers. Request batch numbers. They don't want to give you the batch numbers, then you come see us. Our stuff works. Our stuff has batch numbers. And for anybody who feels that it doesn't, well, you want to sign a document for me? I'll send you a document. There you go. That's how you shut them up. All right, people. I'm going to go back. I got some stuff I want to do. I got to go pick up a few things. Yeah, I got to pick up the icicle effects for that thing right over there. So I'm going to finish icing up a piece here a little bit. Put some nice light icicles on it. We're going to be doing that today. And definitely going to be doing... Oh, I like that. I do one thing. I was on a site showing off the box build, and they liked how I got the liquid cooling system supported. How I had these containers that look like they're spilling paint out. I like that so much. You have no idea how much I like that so much. I like that so much. So I'm definitely going to be getting. I'm definitely going to be doing a little 3D effect with that. Some of that caulking. Have a little bit dripping out down here, so like it's standing up, it's pouring out, and we're going to coat that the color of each one of these. That's how we're going to do it. Man, I love these builds. These were small, compact builds. I like these. There's my button box right there. I'm getting a button box for that one over there, making my own. That one's going to look like an ice cube. Actually, I can make that out of ice cubes. I can have ice cubes over here, don't I? Make our own button box for ice cubes. There we do. We've got some leftover ones. Yeah, we're making this a nice little button box for that. You know, it's interesting. When we started developing all this crazy technology, and we had the FLE technology, and what did I say on camera? I said, man, if you guys are upset over my FLE technology, wait till you see what I have coming. And it's already here. So if you hear me say at the end of the day, you know, people get bitter by my work. Don't worry about what you can see. Worry about what you can't see. That's what you need to be concerned about. As you can see at the end of the day, that we don't have a glass ceiling, so we don't have that whole burnout process I see people go through where they just have nothing left and they just have to give it up. We don't have that. There's so many branches. We just want to engineer ad tech technology. We can literally just step off of all of this and just engineer ad tech. Because ad tech has multiple capabilities attached to it. But yeah, we don't have that. And if people get mad, go, oh, you're bragging. How am I bragging when it comes from God? I told you. It says right there on my website. What does it say? It says powered by God's technology. Does it not say that? All right, then. If it says it, then my technology comes from God. Does God have an ending? No, he doesn't. He's forever. God's blessings just stop and cut off, unless you're doing something you ain't supposed to be doing, then yeah. Other than that, if you're serving him and doing his will at the end of the day, your blessings continue. When I say that, Christians understand that. People that are not serving God, you won't understand that. When you become saved and you get yourself with the Lord, you'll understand it. Yeah. I'm trying to get this. Yeah, because I want to put that cube for my whatchamacallit. I like to design something different. I'm doing the paint box for that one. That was I had for my last piece of my rack system. I had that one for that over there. Alright people, I'm going to hook this up because I don't want to be too long on here. I got some things I got to do. Hope you enjoyed the demonstration. If you're interested in the Quantum Black Star, it is available on our website. We don't have 1 gallons. 1 gallons is definitely not needed. Because people are like, you don't make 1 gallons? We do 1 gallons if you're a company, if you're buying it, but you're not going to need it. See how big that screen is? It didn't take me a gallon to paint that in. I was under 50 ounces when I painted that in. It's a 1 coat application. You're not going to be painting over the surface multiple times and all this weird dinner plate sides and just paint it in and be done. That's it. But just like every other demonstration we showed off, be done. It took me 96 ounces to paint a 250 inch screen. I did it 3 times on camera. As a matter of fact, if you go to our Christian Rich site where it says how to do, or do it yourself, I think it is, you can go see that demonstration. Let me see. This is the, yeah, we have it right here. Blacklist, trash projectors. Let's see which one it is. Oh, these are our customer pages. Let's see. Special thanks. How to. Here it is. How to. That's our how to page. Tons of information on there. Levitating projection screens. We show you how to build those. I built tons of levitating projection screens. All types of screens. Tension screens. All kinds of crazy stuff. We show you how to build. Home theater. How to page. So it got me right there. Building a screen from the ground up. I'm talking about whole entire thing, building it from the ground up. Cutting the wood, sizing it, building the frame, putting the material around it, coating the material, the whole 9 yards. You have to watch me do it right there. Got to be to back that stuff up at the end of the day. This is multiple demonstrations of me building all types of screens. I had a 200-inch screen I built with a sound bar behind the back of it. I had a 158 235.1 that had 12 sets of speakers. I put the wire the whole thing in. All these demonstrations show you how to do it. Levitating screens, how to build your own standalone motorized projection screen stand that you can set outside. Easy to build. I put one of those together. Acoustic screens, how to paint fixed frame screens, styrofoam projection screens, screens made out of bed sheets, motorized projection screens, tension screens we painted over there, different type of power sprayers I like to use in my demonstrations with the Wagner 250. That demonstration right there, that's a 250-inch screen. I painted in with 96 ounces. That's all it took. So yeah, tons of demonstrations on our products. Back it up, people. Back it up. Because we got that experience. We have experience, a lot of experience. So again, like I said, if I got to go to court with any judge to them, Mr. Bird, what kind of experience you got in the field? Yeah. That's when the guy had the conversation with him at the end of the day. He's talking to me like I'm a noob at the end of the day. Like I don't even know what I'm talking about. You try turning it off and turning it back on. Okay, let's move on from there. The benefits of our gray screens. It shows right here about why gray screens are a complete fail, why we consider them to be obsolete. We tested everything you could possibly think of. Certified gray screens. Gray screen paints, all that unboxings on other people's products are all on there. Showing you how badly they failed in demonstrations. We even hit one of them gray screens with an Optima with a 22,001 con. It still wouldn't pick it up. So I'm about to expand my list too. About to expand my list on here. I got some other stuff I'm going to show off on here. This is our challenges. These are challenge demonstrations that we put out for people to do, and they never did them. There's a lot of them. It's a big page. So challenge demonstrations, black versus black. You're supposed to do gray versus gray. So you have a gray screen, you do gray versus gray. You got charcoal, charcoal versus your charcoal, like a dark gray versus dark gray. You have to do those tests. You have not done those tests. So guess what? These are our black versus black tests on here. I even threw a t-shirt up there because one time I was walking around a black t-shirt on. Somebody said, I bet your t-shirt matches. Oh man, I tell you, we want the cord on that. How badly that would have been wet for you. Yeah, I threw my t-shirt up there. That match. Yeah. Next time, from all the testing I've done, I'm not going to entertain it. We're doing a video. I'm going to send you a document. That's how we're going to do it. We can walk into a courtroom. Let's have that discussion and judge. I think it'd be more fun for me at the end of the day. Wouldn't it be fun? So if you're just talking trash and you're just wasting everybody's time, you won't sign the document, right? But if you really believe that, then let's go in the courtroom. Let's let the judge decide. And then, you know, I'll clean your bank account out real quick and anything else you owe me. I can't stand when people talk trash and don't back stuff up. On-site demonstrations. They're all challenges. I got over 100 on-site demonstrations in that building. Every single one of those are challenges to match them. They're not going to do that. It's too many of them. Way too many of them. Unboxing demonstrations. Got tons of those, man. People ask me what's my experience in eBay, like the guy was saying at the end of the day, about what do I know. There you go. Check that out. These are all unboxings. Actually, some of them. So now I got to do a new page on there called Bad Merchant eBay, where if you basically did us dirty, that's where you're going to go. So these are our unboxings right there. Oh, here's another one right here. 4K versus 720p. I get these a lot right here. So what's the difference if you do need a 4K projector? No, you don't. I actually did the demonstrations right here, and these demonstrations you can check out. This is a Optima, no, ViewSonic PX747 4K projector, not lens shift or shifting or compressing, no, actual 4K projector versus 720p. Demonstrations are right there. Done. Done. These are all finished. And I gotta add to this, and we're not done adding this. There's a whole section. I gotta add more on top of that. So probably by next week, we got another maybe 30 videos for each one of them popping on there, because I got a ton more videos to drop on there. This page is going to be massive. It's going to be massive. Literally, I had to pay the $159 a month for this page because it's going to have so much information on it. It's going to be insane on how much stuff we're going to put on here on the information page. Tons of information. So anything you need to build. I got a section I'm putting on there for Projector Central. I'm putting a link on for them because I love Projector Central for building anything. I'm going to put that down there. I got a section I'm putting on there for companies, so you can advertise companies on there, because that page is one of our oldest pages. It gets a lot of heavy traffic. Anything we stick on that page, because the search engine optimizers are tweaked so well, they pop up all over YouTube. Not YouTube, but Google. Yes, sirree. Yes, sirree. Yeah, remember what I said about making your own gain at the end of the day and being able to back it up? You see what that says right there? It doesn't even have a product name underneath of it, right? It just says that's our gain we developed. Advanced ambient light rejection. I ain't put no product there, right? No name of no product, right? That's us. Because we're the ones who developed it. We made it. See that image pulling off a ceiling? When you show a game and you're explaining to people at the end of the day that you actually have a real game, you have to back this up 100% or you get yourself in a lot of trouble. See that right there?
Today we're showing up some more demonstration on the ceiling display. Now this involves our crystal ray technology screens, and now this is going to be available on November the 2nd.
So people know that when you type in advanced ambient light rejection, the AI knows us. The first thing they mention is us because we're the ones who invented it. Unlike gain range, where we can't find nothing on it because it doesn't even exist, that does. Because we got challenges under that stealing technology, and no one's matched a stealing demonstration yet. Especially pull a star field up there. You can't read it. So, if anyone wants to ever sit there and try to drag me to a courtroom and say that my technology is fake, yeah, it's not going to go well for you. It's going to go pretty bad in that courtroom. As you can see, even the AI knows our technology. So anytime somebody types in that abbreviation, we pop up every single time because we invented it. We got tons of video demonstrations underneath that thing. See, that's all me. That's all me. That whole strip is all me. So all the campaigning that people do on YouTube, they don't do jack to what we have today. We're everywhere. The campaign means nothing at the end of the day. We've got tons of videos everywhere. And keep in mind, the next stage of my technology is to be out here, to be in showrooms, expos, the whole 9 yards. We'll have thousands of people coming in to see that technology in real life. How well is your campaign going to be going? You're going to mess around and get yourself sued in court. That's what's going to happen. This is a situation that people now are facing that we can't, it's not online anymore. We can basically do these demonstrations anywhere we want. And if I'm out there doing expos and shows and all this stuff on this technology and we find you on YouTube making false statements, how well do you think you're going to win that lawsuit in court versus my technology being the real deal? You're not going to win. Which means you're going to owe me a lot of money. And the lawsuits I got coming up, the documents, the lawyers I'm bringing on, for anything that pops up in our way, these are going to be hefty lawsuits. I mean, big-time lawsuits. We know you don't have the money. That doesn't make a difference to us. Now, for anybody who basically, like our customers, are good customers, who buy our products and enjoy our products at the end of the day because, again, they respect what we do, enjoy our technology. But for those people at the end of the day who feel the need to come on here and carry on and act up and do things you're not supposed to be doing, you're going to get hit with lawsuits so painful at the end of the day, your kids are going to feel it. Now, I'm not joking with you. This is not a $50,000, $60,000, $100,000. These lawsuits start off at $1 million. And again, I can't explain this enough to people because I get messages back home saying, well, I don't have $1 million. We know you don't have $1 million. We're still going to hit you with it. We know you can't pay that up. That's virtually impossible. There's no way you can pay that up. But the liens, everything else that's going to hit you is going to crush you in the process. That's what it's designed to do. It's like every time somebody hands you a plate, someone snatches it from you. That's how bad it gets. So, the lesson is, don't do dumb stuff. We all know that. We know the difference between right and wrong and not doing dumb things. Like when you go to a bank, you go in, you drop off your money, or you take money out, and that's it. You know, walking there with a ski mask and a shotgun, there's consequences behind that one. You can be killed in the building, you can be killed outside the building, you can do lengthy jail time, other things that can happen. So you know the difference between doing something right and not doing something stupid. That's the reason why people can cross the light, because hopefully the person on the other end can obey the traffic rules and doesn't race past the light and kill somebody. Eventually people do that stuff. And that's why they do something where mess around and find out. So, if we're all over the place, we got tons of these demonstrations, what chance do you think you have of winning in a courtroom? You don't have one. That's what I was trying to explain to people. They find your videos. We got all this information all over the internet on us, showing how much progress and work we've done. You're going to tell me that every single one of those demonstrations are fake? You're going to mess around and get this up at 302. That's what's going to happen to you. And we can back it up in the courtroom. Walk in the courtroom and do the same demonstration. So you run the risk of getting sued for millions of dollars. And that's what I got people online for. They're hunting. They're looking for individuals. They're not going to contact you. They're not going to say anything to you. They're going to document everything you're doing. That's what we're going to do. And they're going to send it to an attorney. And then after that, you'll get some documents from us and let you know you're being sued. You got to appear in court. That's how it's going to happen. You'll never hear from me. You'll never hear from anybody. You'll just get that document that tells you you're being sued. They've been watching your activity. This is what we brought up. This is the evidence we have against you. This is what we're using against you in court. You have to appreciate it if you appear in court. If you don't, you forfeit, and we're going to execute judgment and take your stuff. That's all. I don't have time for the back and the forth stuff no more. We're done with that. I'm a busy man. I got a lot to do. That's what I got these people doing for me. But until then, I'm going to continue to develop my technology. Because if you're jealous and you don't like what I do at the end of the day, then you go make a product. That's what you do at the end of the day. Do I care about it? No, I don't care. You know why? Because I'm here already. Just the part that some of these people don't understand. We don't care about your petty little squabbles on YouTube anymore, or whatever you want to call it. We don't care about that. I'm here. Do you understand that? I got people come in and look at my technology, and every person comes through here has a big wallet, and he's willing to spend a lot of money on this technology because he knows what it can do. So guess what? Your little quarrels and little talking stuff, I don't care. As long as you don't say something you can't back up in court, and I know I can get you, then we're going to come get you. Other than that, we don't care. Have your little tea party at the end of the day. I got business to conduct. All I see is when we're on there, we see people crying. It's a bunch of crybabies. I got somebody watching that stuff. I don't got time for it anymore. I'm going to get that thing glued up. I got the ice cubes for that. That's it. But yeah, we're on that platform now. We're done. We don't care. As long as you're not in there taking my product and you're doing fake labels and all that stuff, then I got people watching your accounts. When they find something, they're not going to contact you. You would never even know they're there watching you. They're going to take all that information and send it to an attorney. Get an attorney, get a private investigator, find somebody at the end of the day that can track down your IP address, whatever they got to do at the end of the day to figure out where your whereabouts at, where you are connected, where you work at, the whole 9 yards, something. And that's what investigators do. That's what their jobs are. And then go from there on basically, once they figure out where you're at, then they're going to go in and send you some documents. So you'll receive something in the mail from our company saying you're being sued. That fast, that quick. Now, as for the other people, they're already being taken care of. I told you, I got a nice little package that was sent down to his building. You know exactly where he's at. So you got a package that went to his building. They're going to be receiving it. They're going to sue them. They're going to put pressure on that building. And yeah, it's not going to go well. So yeah, it's all taken care of. That's why we don't speak of them, because it's already been taken care of. It's done. But anybody else that feels the need to do something stupid, yeah, we got people out there watching everything. Anything that comes up, they're watching it. Now, when they get you on the first video, most likely not. They're just going to sit there and watch and gather enough information on you. I like to seal people's fate when I go to court. Make sure they get enough activity, enough dumb stuff at the end of the day. You know, it could be worse. At least just a lawsuit, you know what I mean? I mean, you could go to court, go to the police at the end of the day and go file a fraud charge against you, go to the FBI and file a fraud charge against you for committing fraud against my business. And now you go to court, there's going to involve jail time involved in that. So lawsuit is much better the way to go. Because I could get you for fraud. But, you know, I don't want to see anybody go to jail. So I'll just sue you, that's all. And everybody else will enjoy. You can say you don't like the product. That's freedom of speech. I said before, I support freedom of speech 100%. You know, to a certain degree, if you're doing things you know you shouldn't be doing. But other than that, you know, you're saying you don't like the product, then you don't like the product. Yeah, it's you. Got plenty of people who do like the product. There's no way in the world in business you're going to get everybody to like your product. That's virtually impossible. It's a lot of stuff I don't even like. So that's impossible. Another person may love it. I don't like it. But I'm not going to go out there and call them a scam, a rip-off artist, do fake demonstrations against their product and make false accusations, because you know what that does? That'll get me sued. just like I got them sued. All right, now I'm gonna go get that done. Enjoy my technology here. Let me get off my screen real quick. That's all. Yeah. My city skyline. My city skyline. Let's see. Where in the heck is the glue gun? Did I just not pull out the glue gun? I got so much room behind the back of my desk, but now I got everything cleaned up. We don't got to do no more cardboard builds, because we're done. That machine's over there is finished. I just got to finish the rest of the work on it. That's it. This is my last cardboard build. These two right here, because I got to do nothing else. I got my PCs in the small form that I wanted to put them in. They're in there now. They're good. I start working on my artwork and the lights and all that stuff on it, which I got to do next. And then I got to get that screen put over there and get that set up. Get that ready. How about to say, why am I plugging in? I just remember what I have to do. Who's playing? Pelican Steve. Pelican Steve? I like him. You know, they'll come out there and say, oh, you know, he's so afraid and he's threatening people to sue people and this, that, and the other. Look, I sat there and said what I said on camera. I said it crystal clear so everybody can understand. If you want to break that down and make a lie out of that, I'll get you in court for that too. For that slander and defamation against my company, against me, myself. So I will sue you on that. So again, don't say things that are not true, and you don't have to worry about being in court and getting your clock cleaned at the end of the day. Anyone's going to sue you for defamation. You go out there and say something that's not true, you keep repeating that nonsense over again, it becomes a rumor, and whatever goes on, you get sued for it. That's what happens. That's how life works. These are the perfect male Karens at the end of the day that will do the dumb stuff and then cry about it later on, about the consequences, and make it sound like at the end of the day that, oh, poor them. That's a Karen. That's what Karens do. Don't do dumb stuff. That's how it works. You run a red light, cop runs up behind you, gives you a ticket. We're going to sit there and cry to him and say, oh, you know what? No, you ran the red light. You could have killed somebody. You could have killed yourself. What if there was a semi-truck coming down the same route you were coming down? You might not have survived that one. There's rules and regulations you have to follow. The problem is that these people are under rocks all day long. Take the time, every once in a while, pull the rock back, join the rest of the human race, and understand how things work. I watch them Karen videos all the time, have me in there cracking up. Mess around, find out, 24/7. Get out there, carry on, act up, and then they bump into the wrong person, and karma catch up to them, and now they out there crying about calling the police on that person, this, that, and the, oh, poor me, poor me. And the cops end up arresting them. Now they attacking the cops. I'm like, gee, Louise. My goodness. That's just, you know, it's funny too. Where did the name Karen come from? Was there actually a person named Karen who did something so crazy that all Karens were labeled as nothing? All Karens are labeled Karen, but imagine your name being Karen, which we have one in our family. You gotta literally have a t-shirt that says, no, I'm not that Karen. That's crazy. Where did that even start? I gotta look that up. Who was the first Karen? Who started that? Who was the first Karen who started all of it? Was her name actually Karen? I'm curious. Because that's just a random name to just pull up. You got one for the guy too. The guys have a name too. I forgot the name they have for the guy. But they have one for the guys too. Oh, I can't wait for them to come see this, man. Look at that. That's crazy. I love that. I love that. I never get used to that. Never get used to the panel system. I never get used to the black technology. I never get used to it. I just like the fact that I can be in my office and I can see my screen, all my contrast at 100%, and it was absolutely amazing. And every building right now, all through Allentown, is in some dark environment trying to get a projector to pop off on a white screen that can't register for a jack. And they spent far more money than I paid for my projector. They can't get it to run. Yep, that's a gold mine for us. Let me see. Let me get this thing to heat up. Put my cubes on there. And what do we got? Right, 9 o'clock, 9:20. Yep, almost time to giddy up. By the time we get back in here, it's around 6 o'clock. I got in a little later because that's some stuff I had to take care of. Oh yeah, I finally got the cloud system fixed. I got a cloud system in there underneath my screen. Got to put my other one in there because that whole section is supposed to be all cloud. And they're going to be pretty soon working on the cloud over top of us because I need to put in a bigger magnetic system. Magnet system in there. Put my cloud in because I want my cloud to wrap all the way around that lightning strike. It's going to power my PCs. My PCs need to be powered by the cloud. Gotta have the PCs powered by the cloud, people. Powered by the cloud. Now, as I said before, real quick, get back to our amazing, incredible screen paints here. Yeah, I could literally make this a challenge. You know that, right? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna make it a challenge. I'm gonna make it a challenge. What? Fully lit environment, commercial, projector under 20 bucks. Produce it. Contrast levels, whole 9 yards, everything. Should have another challenge because I need to finish my challenge page. I'm gonna add more stuff to it. But anyway, as I said before, lowest kit we have on there, people ask, the lowest kit is 187. Oh shoot, I forgot I gotta order something too. Speaking about that, I got a certified screen I gotta bring through here. 187. We did this against the daylight screen already. You saw the demonstration on that. We did it already. It's a $7,000 screen, $5,000 screen. You get the point at the end of the day. So, lowest kit is 187. That is also available overseas. So yes, all our shipping is absolutely free. I love it when customers contact me. They're from another country and they go, okay, so how much does the shipping cost? No, it's free. Wait, it's how much? It's free. So no surcharge fee. It's free. We don't do surcharge fees over here. I've never done a surcharge fee in my entire life. You know how long I've been doing free shipping? Since I first started my company. I've never charged a customer ever for shipping. Ever. How much money I paid out for shipping? A lot of money. A lot of money. But guess what? I figure a customer's going to take the time to invest in our business. Why not should shipping be free? You got to go through customs already, and that's going to be crazy as it is. So you got to pay for shipping too? That sucks. No, we do free shipping. Anywhere in the world for free. I even ship to Madagascar. Literally. I would like to ship to Madagascar again one day. But I did. I shipped to Madagascar. Ireland, England, France, everybody. I think I've hit just about every place, every country. This is one I haven't seen. I've done Russia. I shipped to Russia. In Japan, all those places. I got a screen just about everywhere in the world. Isn't that a heck of a track moment? Right there. Alright. I might glue these things on. Well, you enjoy my fish in a container. Fish in a container. Fish in a container. And Doug. Let's see. We got the fire stick on this one. Ooh. We get some of that fire.
Costs as high as they are right now, no one can afford it.
Yeah, can we get around this? We're destined to just travel through this. Here we go. I got that fire. Fire. Yeah. Look at that fire in there, man. That fire. Got stick your hand in that jar. Stick your hand in there. Dare you. Fire. Oopsie. Now we got this thing locked. There we go. Sorry about that. I was wondering why it was so wobbly. Because I ain't tighten that piece. But there you go. That right there is AdTech in a jar. It's submersible too. We had it underwater for quite some time. Didn't crack, peel, nothing. So now it's submersible. So now we got to get a tank. We're getting a small fish tank in here. I'm going to drop one of these screens underwater and play some videos through it. Want to see something interesting? I got an interesting experiment to show you. It's going to blow your freaking mind. So what happens if you paint the other side of the screen? I get this all the time with rear projection. If you paint both sides, what happens? Will the image transfer through? Haha, you're going to like this. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I'll show you what happens. So, this is a surface that's painted all the way around, right? Only that part's not painted. Just that little slot right there. But everything else is painted, right? Now, if we stick it right here, right, if you notice that the fire is only being seen in the center part. On this side and this side, it's not bringing up anything. The reason why is because on the screen, only this part is not painted. This is painted all the way around, which means with this technology, you can't paint both sides of the surface. If you do, the image can't transfer through. Now, if you turn the projector around this side, you can see the image here, but no problem. There's the image right there. See how it picks up? But if I turn it this way, now you can't see the image, can you? Because it can't transfer that way. You can only design it painted on one side. If you transfer it on both sides, it won't pick up. That's why testing is important. Because if we didn't put this information down and somebody painted both sides of the screen, this would have been a problem for them. And like I said, when you're dealing with a transparent surface, you can't exactly go in and fix that because, again, once it's there, it's there. Because it's on the transfer. Front projection, you can paint over a mistake there. You can't fix this at the end of the day. So from our testing, we have realized that this technology can't read if both sides are covered. But if only one side is covered, then it can read. Isn't that interesting? That's why I say you have to know invisible technology. You have to know it, people. You got to know it. I don't want to know it, but you got to know it. You got to know it. It has to be known. Black background, beta fish. I didn't ask for you for all that. Simple. What did you give me that for? I said black background, beta fish.
Hey, honey. Sorry I took the last Halo. That's okay. I'm sorry I ratted you out to the IRS. You did what?
Jeez. You should hold on when I see this commercial.
Take everything.
I'm missing mommy in prison. Bye, mommy. Hands on my halos.
Was the crash into the wind? Was that necessary?
Cold has to offer.
I guess might as well. Whatever. Whatever floats your boat. Now, right here. See how the fish doesn't show up here, but how it shows up in the middle. We turn it to the side. See how that disappears? Because the screen is painted to leave this only this little slot open right here. To show our investors, the people we're doing business with, that's why you don't paint both sides of the screen. This is why when you're making statements in your specification sheet by saying that, hey, look, I would advise you to do this because this may happen, and you don't show why what this is going to happen, they're going to ask what happens if you do this. What are the consequences? What's going to happen? People do that sometimes to make their product hype up like it's more complicated than what it's supposed to be. I've seen it a lot in videos and forum sites. They'll say, well, don't do this because this could happen. Yeah, but what'll happen if I do that? You got to show me what'll happen. Like, okay, for instance, the Frankenstein mix. Perfect example. You sat there and said, I wouldn't use it at home. It's best used for a commercial environment. That's what it's designed for, more for business. Well, what happens if I use this paint at home? What's going to be the outcome of it? And the sad thing about it is, everybody I saw, with the two people I saw that did have it, they were home. And then when you write on a container that it's not ambient light rejection Kenny, that doesn't sound like something that can be used in a business. People don't watch when they write. They really don't. Like my home, feeling alright. That's why. God, you can't just be making it up as you go along. So we have to know all that. During those demonstrations, we have to know all that. That's very important. What's the cause and effect? What happens if I paint it on this material? What's going to be the reaction to this? If I paint on that, what's going to be the reaction to this? We have to do all that testing. You can't just say, well, this could happen and so and so and so. And they're going to ask the question, so what happens if I use it here and I use it? What's going to be the worst that can happen? I'm just making it up. Got my nice little fish in a bottle. Look. Look at my fish. All right, that's basically about it. I'm going to show that really quick. So, you know, in the specification sheets, we have done that, which I'm going to start working on my specification sheets now for my invisible technology. We have it where you don't paint both sides of the screen, because if you do paint both sides, you see the reaction of what happens if you do. It won't transfer through at all, period. So you'll have a screen that's unwatchable. So anytime someone asks me, well, why does that happen? Well, we'll show you. Just like we tell you, you don't paint with rollers, nap rollers. You don't paint with paintbrushes. And none of that, you'll damage the screen. So anyone that tells you that you can paint in a, what type of rollers are we using? Are they going to be nap rollers? Are they going to be foam rollers? Are they going to be we get the nap-free foam rollers? They're extra smooth. There's a whole bunch of rollers out there. So remind you, if you paint it on with a regular roller, you're going to basically damage your screen. And that's why I said that, you know, you gotta be careful. People gotta know what they're talking about. Alright, that's basically about it for me. I gotta go take care of some business. I gotta finish building this. I'm gonna play with this a little bit more, do some video demonstrations. Gotta pop over on Facebook to show some demonstrations and a couple of forum sites today to show off our Black Star. Ow. Made my way downtown to the block. There we go. I'm happy with that. Got a little ice cube set up right there for my stand. Woo. Got a little party box on it right there. Happy with it. Where's the brush at? I got a brush. I just cleaned out. Just cleaned out a fresh brush. Oh, we didn't put that away that fast, did we? We had to put it away that fast. Just get it out. Literally. I gotta paint the whatchamacallit. I gotta paint the silicone and all that stuff today. So I can get that done. Don't get my artwork finished. Alright, did I put it up? I probably did put it up. Nope, didn't put it there. See, there's the leaves, bird. Where did you put it? You just cleaned that thing off. Just had it ready. Come and get that done. This happens to me cleaning my desk over and over again, again. Constant cleaning my desk. This is something I do all the time. Keep my place neat. And I put stuff away so fast. I lose my own stuff. Here it is right there. Found it. Maybe you need that. Keeping everything organized. One thing I can't stand is mess. Finally got my desk organized. Oh, look at you sitting there looking all precious. Raw. Raw. Looking all precious over there, Taco. I'm gonna turn this off, Taco. Gee, I'm fans make a lot of noise, but I like it. I like that. I like that sound. Keep the system cool though. Nice and cool. We got a nice ice cube stand. Oh good. Alright, I'm gonna drop the air cleaners, clean out the air cleaners when I come back in and get that done. Let me put in let me use one. Let's charge up.
Say it again.
No, we're good, we're good. Let me shut you off. We're done there. Man, I got a new game called The Guy Who Erased His Name, or whatever it's called, but man, it's good. I like it. I like it. Storyline, all that's good. Alright, come in, get this done right here. I want to show more of the panel off. I'm going to go back to the transfer screen. I definitely want to show off on the Halo system. I'm going to show some pictures and videos off on that. And I want to do a flex screen hooked up to this projector with some gaming off of it. Definitely want to do that. Show some flex. Flex. I want that flex screen. Hit that flex. I'm making boxes into this. Well, I feel happy because I finally got the desk cleaned up, organized much better, what I want to do. So I'm happy about that. Because the bigger PCs were just too big. They were too bulky. It was just taking up way too much room on the desk. I had no room for anything. This came out much better. I got this whole free wall over here, which is fantastic for my screens that I want to put in over here. So I'm happy about the whole build. And I love how this PC turned out. That one right there. We're using the canisters as ports for our supports for our motherboard, and then also using it for supports for the liquid cooling system, which I like that. I like that whole pour out effect on it. Man, I'm thinking about now building just my own accessory of motherboard post screws, designing different ones for myself. So I can't wait to do that. Also, too, that whole freezer box system that I was doing, I'm planning to do for the liquid cooling system. We're building that. They're prototypes. I'm building me one. It's a small little unit. It's designed to set on top of the underneath of the liquid cooling system to freeze it, to make it generate more cold, using insulating the boxes in the inside. So we're definitely going to do that. I got a submersive. The only one I think I'm going to be working on next is probably going to be the one where I want to test a PC under vegetable oil, and I do want to run two liquid cooling systems, one on the CPU or one on that copper block to drop in and see if it changes the temperature. I'm definitely going to be building one of them, a submersive one. So those are pretty easy to do. So it's going to be sitting right over there on top of that that cabinet over there. I don't have any room on the desk, but to tell you honestly. So I'm going to build my nice more form factor. And that'll give me a chance to test the M2. I want to submerge the M2 under vegetable oil, see if it runs, and to see how we can cool the oil. Because as I said before, if we're using hard drives, like these hard drives, the hard drives sit up top. They don't go near the vegetable oil. And the RAM really doesn't push off this much heat, especially if you got heat spreaders on them. You don't have to worry about that all that much. It'd be the CPU would be the problem you would have. So you have to liquid cool that from the door. But if you're talking about the M2s generate heat, a lot of freaking heat. So that's definitely going to disperse heat right into the case, and that stuff's going to be circulating. There's nowhere for the heat to go because it's an oil. It has to go somewhere. So that whole coil system we're going to develop to be able to drop that into and change the temperature, that will basically be an interesting project. So definitely doing that one. And I'll have gauges in there to show the temperature before we let it heat up. Drop that piece and see if the temperature drops in there. Like I said, the lowest I've ever got a PC in vegetable oil was 17 Celsius. That's the lowest I've ever got one. And I was using modifications, not regular stock fans. I had to pull the fans off and put some regular fans on it. Higher than 1500 RPMs. I had to put on, and I had to put in a fan controller that actually allowed me to control and speed up the RPMs to do it. 17 Celsius on the system. 17 Celsius on the system. On the system. 17 Celsius on the system. Let me see. Woo-hoo-hoo. I'm at 11,000 and I got 12,000 videos now. I just look at my channel. Look at it. 12,000 videos. 12,000 videos. 12,000 videos of our hard work in progress. 12,000 video demonstrations. Are we going to jump that number? I'm reaching to get 20,000 videos demonstrations. Because we got all this new technology now. We got new demonstrations on. Gee whiz Louise. Now, wonder any time you're going to our videos. A guy was like, you're all over YouTube. Like I pop up, you hear me on Google, you pop up there. Yeah. Yes, sirree, buddy. We're going to flood pretty soon. We're about to do a flood. We got all this new technology. We're going to be on site all this summer, in and out. We're going to be all over YouTube. All over. 12,000. Jeez. I do like 5 and 10 videos a day. Yeah, you got to. I had somebody, remember the guy sat there and said, well, I don't do, you don't do 5, you got nothing to show off. If you had 5 screen paints and you did testing on your products, you would at least have about 10 videos per item, because there's a lot of testing you have to do on them. So you would have test videos to back up everything that product did. You know how many videos you would accumulate? A lot. And then mine, that's just inside. You still got to go outside with that. So you would have those demonstrations. You'd have a lot. So yeah, you would have that. You develop over 400 some formulas and you got tons of videos on them. You would definitely hit that. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, and the wrong keyboard. I hate this note. We just went on an other keyboard just a few minutes ago that I typed in. I'm pretty sure I knocked out the feed on that side. See, I can type in projector lamp fix, and I can find stuff in my own archives on stuff I had to go through on lamps that I had to replace on projectors. Chrissy LW 505. And you literally have done, that's why I said in the timeline that individuals have been doing demonstrations. How many projectors have you owned within that timeline? That's why I said to use the crutch projectors. They can't run anything they want because, again, they have to have certain projectors to make the screen work. One of these projectors, we had to take a rotary to one of these things because it got stripped. That's the NEC. Oh, this is a 200-inch screen I was building on that one. So that's a different one. That wouldn't be it. I never understand why. No, Chrissy, yeah, I remember lamp explode. Ever lamp explode on you before? I did, a couple times. Sounds like a gunshot going off. That's what it really sounds like. Like somebody shot a gun right behind the back of you. Boom! What the freak was that? Yeah, your lamp explodes.
First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Call me twice. Oh, real pronounced that. It literally sounds like a gun.
Yeah, yes, it sounds like a gunshot going off on the back of your head. Literally what it sounds like. A lot of you like somebody fired a round behind the back of your head. Sounds like a gunshot. If you ever had delivery of going through one of those, hopefully you haven't.
It's a couple of very important business meetings today. And some topics that I'm working on too. I want to do more demonstrations.
I did a lamp swap where the housing, for some reason, like with the company I bought the housing from was 3D printed. It didn't fit in the projector correctly. It was supposed to fit snug and it wouldn't fit. I had to literally take out the lamp, because they give you the lamp without the housing. Change out the lamp, unsolder, pull out the springs, the clips, the supports, and connect it into the original housing to get that to work. That was a freaking headache, but you'll never unforget that one ever. So if you ever have to change the lamp without the housing attached to it, you will never forget it ever. That was a freaking headache, man. Because they 3D printed it. Messed me up, man. I was like, you freaking kidding me? 1 inch off, and that's all it takes. And boom, it don't work. Has to fit. Snug as above. Now, for people don't know, see all those projectors in that demonstration? That's literally how many machines you literally need to do screen paint. It's a lot. It's a lot you have to have. Because if someone says, okay, how have you done this projector, that projector, or I've done an NEC, like how many videos do you actually have on the NEC? You gotta have a lot of videos on those projectors. I think we've got 12,000 videos sitting in the account. You have to do a lot of videos. So, you know, a person's going to buy a screen paint from you. If you're going to direct them to buy a projector, you have to have experience with that projector. And I bought all those projectors off eBay. You see them ultra short throws sitting on the floor? I had a ton of ultra short throws, all that stuff. I gave all that stuff away. You know what? We didn't need it anymore. Not necessary. Now we can got projectors under $200. All we got to pay money for. Yep. Oh, I had to take apart the Sony VPL FA30. Those are interesting projectors because they don't have compartments on the side. You got to snap those suckers from the back to pull them out. The 1150s. There's another set of projectors I've been inside of. Oh, the Casio laser projectors. You don't even need nothing because it's a laser projector. But we warn that projector will jack you up. If you ain't got that freaking cover in the front, you'll figure it out. You get blinded. You don't even have no cover on it. Don't go near it. Don't buy it. Oh, this is gonna take forever. It's in here. I know what I use. I have to do another video and update it because man, there's no way to find it. There's just too much stuff in here. We got. Okay. Yeah, a lot of projectors. A lot of projectors. There's a lot. Trying to figure out where that's at. I don't know what I was looking for. Oh, whatever. There you go. Let's check that out. Right. It's the same thing. It's a trick that you learn on the Xbox 360. Everybody knows that trick. Xbox 360 put these weird computer screws in their box. And basically, they had some kind of tool you can pop it open. But if you bent the butter knife a certain way, you can pop their chassis right open, get inside. The only problem is they had weird screws in there. So they had these special star screws in there, and you had to order the kits. Well, this guy was showing you an easy way how to do it. We take a router a rotary tool, and you basically slice you don't cut it all the way through. You slice it to put a little slot in there, and you turn it into a flathead, easy to pull them up. That's how I was able to get in and out of 360s with no problem. Because again, I just would take a rotary and just slice the little areas here and here, and just put a flathead and pull them up, and that was it. That's all it took. I wonder if I have that. Ah, wrong keyboard. Inside an Xbox 360. Because I'm not at mine. Everybody else had the regular. That's what I told the guys. I'm going to mod the heck out of that thing when I get my hands on it. I modded the daylights out of it. The wire job on that thing was freaking insane. And I modded the daylights out of it and put them in my mods.
Hey, what's going on to you guys out there? This is Ken Burke with the Christmas Spring Paint. Besides making issues, spray paint one of the things I do love to do.
Yeah, you know, when you got people that come on in and say, hey, your cardboard builds, man, I build PCs at the end of the day that you don't even know how to comprehend to even put together yourself. Your cases at the end of the day, you know how much work it takes to build one of these things in a day? This isn't like slapping a bunch of stuff together. Because we get some people that come on and talk about, oh yeah, they show me a case and go, look, you should have done that. Please, it's a case. I can buy the same case. My friend can buy the same case. You can buy the same case. Anybody can buy the same case and 6 parts in it. That's it. You're done. That's it. Build one of these. These take years to put together. Each one of these parts had to be individually hand painted. This thing has a dual touchscreen fan controller. It has a liquid cooling system. It has, this is when the i7 3770s first came out. I paid $800 for that processor when it first came out. This is a steampunk setup. Steampunks usually take a lot of work to do.
I've been gaming since Bentley graphics in Pong, and it's a long freaking time. So trust me when I tell you.
So when was this video dated? This video was dated 10 years ago. So please spare me your freaking comments when you come on here and say, oh, you don't know much about PCs. Yeah, 10 years ago. I was doing it way before that. Mind you, I was making screen paint back then. So I was making screen paint back then at 10 years ago. Where the freak were you at? Oh, you weren't there, were you? All right, moving on. Sheesh. Same thing you see me doing here, I was doing that 10 years ago. All right, now I don't get PCs who say that. I get usually console gamers who come back with that nonsense. They go, you don't know what you're doing at the end of the day. You ever put up, oh, Roger, this is my baby. I love these ones right here. You ever put a 360 or any kind of your console systems under vegetable oil? I did. What about basically resoldering your motherboard and integrate into a 2011 server board so you can upload mods right on live streams? Have you done that one yet? Oh, you haven't? Oh, I have.
I'll put the link at the bottom of the first video that I did when I first started.
There was some of you have never been actually inside your system yet. Have you ever taken the thing apart, stripped the entire thing down to nothing and rebuild it all the way over again? Oh, I have.
If you take the pipes and you use them
That's an Xbox 360 right there. I stripped that thing down on so many different levels, it's not even funny. Because it's virtually impossible for me to get a console system and leave it alone. That's not going to happen. I'm going to take that thing apart. Because I know myself. I'm going to modify it. And that's what I do. That's when that guy said, you want a warranty? I was like, ah, no. I'm going to mod the crap out of this thing. I'm going to take this, I'm going to strip the whole thing and take it apart. So that's the difference between me and your console, is that your system isn't enough for me. Because I look at it and go, I hate everything about it. We have to change. When the desk is a mess, it's always the best. See that modified job right there? Yeah, a lot of work, right? Modify the motherboard, everything to make it look like it's made out of copper and steel. That's my work at the end of the day. If I want to build a monster machine today, I got that capability to do that. I can build whatever I want. I had a hidden compartment to put my wires in and everything. That's how much work it goes into build a steampunk. Steampunk machines are different. They're designed different. It's a lot of freaking detail work to do one of those. It's not something you're going to pull out of a box and going to slap together. That takes time to put together. The wiring job on that thing was a nightmare. That's all real copper piping in there. You console gamers, at the end of the day, do not understand how to build true power machines. You want to come to me with your little console games at the end of the day. I can modify your system at the end of the day. So the light system, I had to wire all those lights in. All that had to be individually wired in. See that power supply system I have sitting in there? That's an interesting power supply. It's in your 1600 watts. That power supply is 1800 watt power supply. It has the individual connectors. So whatever connectors I don't want to use, I can basically just disconnect them. They also had a whole light ring system that all lit up. I love that thing. Then I actually bought that one right there. I built all, modified all my fans, everything. Yeah, that's a piece of work right there. That's a lot of freaking work. I actually showed the video on how I took it. Matter of fact, it came in a UFO case. You ever put one of those together before without the instructions? There are instructions they do give you are in Japanese. Oh, I did. And guess what? The screws are clear. Yeah, they're clear. Good luck putting one of those together because I did it already. You'll never forget that one ever. As long as you freaking live, you will never forget that. Ever. It's like if your IKEA furniture was all clear and all the screws were clear. That's what it would have felt like. Ran lighting system. I had to run wires from each in the piping right down this coil. All this lit up. Ran piping wires through here. EO wires through here. I had to basically put in a shield system because the plasma ball that triggered off, that the static would make contact with the motherboard. So the motherboard has a separate casing around it to shield it from any kind of static that may trigger off of that, may short my board out.
All this fully functional, everything right here. Light bulb back here, functional. You go back here, all that lights up.
So you see that light bulb back there? You ever take apart a light bulb before? It's made out of glass and cut through that baby at the end of the day without shattering. I got shattered 4 of them trying to get one to work. And I finally got it to work. I was able to get out the mercury and all that stuff out of there to install a LED light system through there. Ah, yeah, that was interesting. If you're going to build, you're going to build. And even had the word that ran across it, said steampunk that ran across it. And this is a 10-year-old build.
So if I'm going to go to DC King, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to upgrade the system for probably 15.
And that's because I got tired of the console system. And I decided to build my own, my machine at the end of the day. And that's what I did, I built that. So at that particular time, that machine had all prime parts in it. So I paid a lot of money for my parts. So when you sit there today and talk about these builds that I put together over here, even though you can't put these together, very simple builds, console gamer. Even you sit there today and you come up to me and say, oh, those are garbage today. I was building machines long before you ever knew I existed on YouTube. Before I was even on YouTube. I got machines that go back farther than this that I was building and designing, way beyond. I've been building since an AT motherboard. You know how old an AT motherboard is with a 270 socket in it? It's pretty old. It's using the old ribbons back in the day. The IDE cables. I was building since then. Some people go back a little farther than that. I think I was building since freaking, well, I had data cassettes, but he was building since data cassettes. Ooh, that's way back. Even the door was modified. I ran all LED lighting through the door. So basically, when you get into that field, this is where it's unlike the EL wire you have today, which is easy to attach. This one, you actually were connecting your own power supply. You were building all that. The IR remote controls, you built all that. A lot of soldering to build what you want to wire in, because he didn't have the stuff they had today. Not saying all console, because I meet some pretty cool, incredible, awesome console gamers, but we have other ones that are jerks that think they know it all. You don't know jack. Forgot the motherboard. Literally forgot the motherboard. See that machine? Look at that. It takes 6 months to build that.
Fully interactive.
I spent a month wiring that thing in. Build all the props. See that board in the back? That's an MSI digital motherboard. Has a one button overclock system that just an overclocks right there. My MSI motherboard. Bam! I like MSI motherboards. So my favorites. My board is completely digital. You see that part in the front? That's part of a toilet I found in the thrift store. That I took it, cut it open, put an LCD temperature gauge in it, ran all the wires and lines through here, punched a hole through the case. That's why the case had to be acrylic, so I could punch holes through it, ran it through there, had to build my own USB on the other end, which means I couldn't buy it that way, I had to build it. So get the wiring. Get to wiring! They kill me on that nonsense today, like, yeah. But I did want to spend the money for a PS5. Definitely wouldn't keep it the way it looks. There's no way in the world that thing's coming out of that case. I hate the case so much. That's an ugly case. I hate it. And on top of that, it's too compressed. There's no breathing room in that thing at the end of the day. No way in the world. No, that wouldn't work for me at all, period. Not for me. Definitely got to come apart.
What's going on, first of all? My name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator.
Vegetable oil cool PC. Vegetable oil cool PC.
In my gaming room, I'm going to be adding something front yard. Something buried in the front yard.
Casio laser projector. Man, you put that time in the unboxing video. Retro Bill, Dell. Oh, this is the Dell. Where was that when I did this one? The Dell. Oh, the Dell 9010. Converted this into a gaming system. Yeah. You ever work with a nano board? I have. Pico board? I have. The challenge for most PC gamers is to get old parts to operate on newer games. To do it for less, that's the fun part about it. Getting it to operate. It's easy to get heavy duty parts and get everything to run. That's not a problem. The fun part is to get minimum as possible, but to get the best maximum performance out of it. That's a challenge for some people at the end of the day. Well, usually the comments we get are from people at the end of the day, like I said, don't know what they're doing. Because, you know, and one thing I know from a door that any PC gamer is not going to forget the freaking motherboard. Because that's the main thing you need. You have to have the motherboard. What are you going to hook it to? Literally, what are you going to hook it to? Again, that's like getting all the car parts, but you don't even have the chassis of the car. Where's the car at? We're going to put the parts at. You need a car here, right? That's how it works. Where's the car? Like having windows and doors and everything you need, but you don't have the frame for the house. Well, we're putting together what? There's no house over there. Like, where's this going into? Oh, and then get mad at me and get frustrated at me and scream and yell at me at the end of the day. Look, man, do me a favor. I got like one thing to say for individuals who feel the need to contact me with dumb stuff. To me, and the world a favor, break the Prozac. Stop breaking the Prozacs in half. Take the whole thing. Don't break them in half. Take the whole Prozac. If that's what you need at the end of the day, so you could function with society, with the rest of us who think on the normal level without the freaking bamboozle of a deranged circus monkey and trapped inside an endless circus, take the whole thing. Stop breaking them in half. And for goodness sakes, I can't express this enough. Once in a while, man, take the broomstick and move the rock away and come out and join the rest of us. You'll like it. You get to know us at the end. It's a pretty fun world. Gee whiz, the dumbest things I've heard in my life. We're still laughing about that. The whole non-motherboard. For those you don't know, yeah, somebody came in, got nasty with me, sent me a message. I mean, you don't have anything else better to do with your time than that? Then send me a message and sit there and say, oh, this is the PC I'm building. Great. No, man, you forgot the motherboard. Like, literally forgot. No motherboard there. On top of that, he couldn't even put on how many cores his freaking CPU was. And then said the greatest. No, an i9 processor. Again, your chip came out, the Resident 7 came out in 2024. And an i9 processor at 129K came out roughly around 2021. It's still more powerful than that. You must have got that off. Where would you even pick that one from anyway? That doesn't make any sense. Why? Gee whiz Louise. Next time you want to send me an email about dumb stuff, don't forget the motherboard for goodness sake. And don't put down desktop. Because we know it's a desktop. There's no way anywhere you're going to put a 5090. Where else are you going to stick it at? Seriously. Where would you put a 5090 at? 5090 could fit on this with no problem. So these are desktops. So where else would you put it? Can't put it in a laptop. Yeah, good luck on shoving that thing in a laptop. Yeah. And he didn't even put down the case. What case are you using? Because it could be a case for an ITX motherboard, micro ITX, baby ITX. It could be a nano board. It could be any one of them. It could be an ATX. It could be a micro ATX. It could be any one of them. And not all cases are going to fit a 5090, a 4090, a 3090. They're not going to fit that. You got to have a special case for that. Like something huge, like two of these together, something big, something huge. Or something like that over there. You need a big case to put that thing in there. Then you didn't describe how you were cooling it. No liquid cooling system. Nothing. I put a 5090 in there. No liquid. What size fans are you using? What is your RPMs that you're running on your fans? On top of that, as I told you before, you just can't run any fans into your motherboard because there's a voltage issue that can trigger off, and it can cause your system to recycle itself. Cut on, cut off, cut on, cut off. That could happen. So that could be a voltage issue. We had the problem over there. We changed out the fans. These fans are much higher. The other fans were 1,500 RPMs. These are much higher than 1,500 RPMs. These are 3,000 RPMs. So when I ran this in here into the motherboard, it caused the system to cut on and off. The voltage issue. So I had to reroute these down here at the bottom to the power supply using Molex 4-pin adapter to run this. So nothing's running off the motherboard, it's running independently off the power supply, which has enough wattage to run these with no problem whatsoever. But the motherboard can handle the voltage. That's why we use a panel system where you have panel fans you can put in. The good thing about that, with some motherboards, if you have a digital board, you can actually go into BIOS, or you can have an app that pops up and you can pop into your motherboard and you can read exactly how hot your motherboard's going, how you're overclocking it, all that good stuff will pop up. But also, too, they have fan controls up there. We can speed up the fans in each section of your computer to get them to run cooler, faster, with more air, or slower, where you need less. So, yeah. Ta-da! But keep in mind, if you're going through the panel, you have to remember that the voltage has to be compatible with the motherboard. If not, you're going to have confliction issues that's going to pop up with the fans, the voltage, and the board itself. He didn't put any of that information in there. Where's the breakdown, man? Where's the breakdown? No. He copied and pasted and forgot a motherboard. And I don't even think he copied and pasted that. Like, where did he get that from to begin with? Because, again, they would even have the motherboard if you copied and pasted in there. How do you forget an entire motherboard? So I'm like, where's the rest of the specifications? Like, really? He contacted me, mad at me about that, screaming and yelling at me again, talking about, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. Stalked me on my Facebook channel, my Facebook page, on my Facebook page, comment about something, and there's this name in there. You're lucky I didn't put your name up here on YouTube so everybody can see who you are. Try to be nice. You know, I can post your name, no problem whatsoever. And you can't get mad about that. So, oh, you post, no. You're contacting me at the end of the day, harassing me. I can basically post your name right now. And you're on mine. You ordered from me. So I have your address. You do know that, right? I have your address, buddy. So if I were you, cool it with that nonsense, or I'll send you a document to your front door. You won't like where that's coming, because I'll sue you from the door for harassment. So you need to cut it out and behave. Yeah, he got mad at me and came to a Facebook page that was on. It's comment about something, so you don't know nothing. And I put at the bottom, and somebody laughed up the comment that I sent them, because they must have saw the YouTube video. I said, yeah, fake PC guy. That's what I found. Somebody laughed about it. Yeah, because you are a fake PC guy. You forgot an entire motherboard. Who forgets the motherboard? I can see you forgetting the RAM. Some people forget RAM. Okay, it's made something like that. The motherboard? PC doesn't exist without the motherboard. Where are you attaching the parts? So that's the part that had me crying about that. When I saw that, I was like, what a freaking motherboard. He went into high detail about the CPU and everything else. He went into high crazy detail about all that. But you forgot an entire motherboard? You didn't even put the wattage down, how much power your power supply you put out, which is supposed to be 1,600 watts. The 5090s is a minimum of 575 watts, but you would need a total of 1,000 to be comfortable. Now I asked them at the end of the day, how much wattage would a dual i7 motherboard take up? That's a 2011 server board. What would they take up? That's a different type of board. That's an LGA board. Unlike the other boards, they're 1155s. These right here are 1155s, 1150s, 1151s. These take boards are different. These are boards when you're building like a basic, like medium build, like gaming PC. That's what they're for. They support up to i7s. So you put an i7 4970 on one of these. That's what you can max it out to. Most people put down the most basic one, which is 30. But these are what these are. These will do 32 gigs to 16 gigs. It's a good basic gaming board. That's what these are for. So these will run just about anything you want on there, just about anything, but cheap parts, not anything expensive. And what people do is they drop low profiles on them, which I'm doing low profile. 3050 will run quite a few games, a lot of games on top of that. I can run quite a games on this, and I'm running 1050s on here. These are 1050 graphic cards. So you don't need all that power to begin with. So question is, you know what I mean, if you're running duals, you don't need that. No one's going to run duals at the end. I was going to do it at one point, doing dual i7s or dual i9s. Then I talked to a few people, and the guy was like, nah, you don't really want to run all that. It's just unnecessary. You know, it's just overkill from the door. And then the gaming applications are going to may have some conflict issues or whatever. You only need like one CPU to run, so you're just overkilling it. So I took the advice and said, you know what, it's a good idea. Thank you so much. And I decided to just go with one processor. Now, the i7s will run perfectly on here with no problem. Like I said, 4970 runs pretty good on here. But if you're talking about basically future-proofing, then you're going to go, I got an MSI digital motherboard I want to pick up that takes 128 gigs of RAM. Do you need all that? No, you really technically don't need all that. It's not even necessary. He has 64, talking about 64 gigs of RAM. You could did that at 32 easily. What are you running 64 for gaming for? That's not even necessary. The reason why I have to get the 128, because it comes with the 128. Those boards come with 128 to 256. 2011 server boards come with that. So it isn't like I got a choice where I can get something like 16 gigs on one or 32. They come with 128 to 256. Some come with a terabyte. So I'm like, I don't need all that, but unfortunately that's what the board comes with. Do I need to fill all that out? No, I'm just going to fill out what I need. That's all I need. That's it. If I only need 64, I'm just going to use 64 out of it. I don't need 128. What I need 128 for? That's a waste of money. So for him to say I need 64, what are you using that just for gaming? What freaking game are you running that requires 64? That's crazy. Unless you're, like I said, unless you're doing streamer at the end of the day, and you're doing all this content and all this stuff, you got multiple windows popped up, you have to be, then you would need all that. Twitching and all that stuff, you would need all that. If you don't have enough windows, if you're running, you do an experiment, you take 8 gigabytes of RAM and run it on your system and try to open up 20 windows and see what happens. Your system will start dropping windows left and right. You wouldn't have enough memory to open up a freaking web page. That's the reason why. So you can't do all those applications at the same time because your system will start having issues and they'll start dropping pages left and right. That's why you would need 64 if you're doing that type of work. Even with an i9 processor, that would be required for that kind of work. Multitasking would be needed for an i9 processor. Do you have to have one for gaming? No, you don't need to have one of those for gaming. You don't. Most games will run off an i5, i3 processor with no problem whatsoever. You don't need an i9. It says it right there, you don't need an i9. What the frick are you running with an i9? So unless you're basically future-proofing your system, you don't plan to buy for a while, then that's fantastic. I would go with that. Is that a necessary? Like you have to? You have to? No, it's not. It is not necessary at all, period. But usually people that don't know PCs will say that statement, but you gotta have that. You gotta have this. No, you don't. Stop it. Just stop it. People build PCs at the end of the day know that from the door. How many PC people you think right now is running around with a 5090 or a 4090 in their system right now? Not a lot. There are people who have them, but it's not like everybody you have to have that in order to game. Steam specifications, does it say when you pop on, oh, in order to play any Steam game, you gotta have a 5090 or a 4090 to run. No. You can do a 1060, 1050, any one of them. Any one of those will run. 3050 is a good card. You can run that. You can run an RTX 580, 560. You can run any of those and run no problem whatsoever. You don't need all that. A person who builds is going to know this. A person who doesn't build at the end of the day is just going to go for the highest parts they can get, thinking that's going to be the requirement. It's going to be needed to game. That's how we know you don't build. But the minute you make a statement at the end of the day that you have to have these high-end parts to game, you're like, yeah, right. Boom, 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 boom. All right, I'm good. Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. Not so getting mad and getting angry at me at the end of the day and saying all this dumb stuff. It's a waste of my time and everybody else's time. You can just listen to learn from Mr. Bird, and you learn something. These boards are cheap. These boards cost $37. That's it. That power supply, under 40 bucks. The RAM, $16. That's it. CPUs are used. You get a used CPU. These are the Dell, came with the Dell. So I had these way back in maybe 6, 7 of those CPUs are 6, 7 years old. And they're still running perfectly fine. You go on eBay and get yourself a 4970, get one of them for like $35, 20 bucks. They're cheap. Do you have to be unlocked? No, not really, that you're planning to overclock it. You're not planning to overclock it, you're going to get one unlocked. If it doesn't have a K next to it, you're good. Still can use it, still can game. You can build that for cheap. So that system right there, if I jump it up and I put down the 4970, roughly I probably can get one of those for like unlocked, or not locked, the locked one, for about $20. If I get it unlocked, probably about $35, that's it. And the only thing I have to upgrade is maybe the hard drive. I meant the hard drive, the graphic card. A 3050 is a $150, $160 card. That's it. Low profile. Snap it on, I'm done. And guess what I can do with that? I can run your video games off. I can run your video games right now. Off basic settings, I can run your stuff. And it still looks amazing. If I want to do ultra settings, that's all I would have to do. And that system costs way cheaper than your system at the end of the day. I can literally run your games. I can run them at maximum settings with that little upgrade on it. And then on top of that, I can run your VR glasses and all your VR games too. And Microsoft, guess what? Because Microsoft is PC, well, that's a given. We run your stuff too. So we run PlayStation and Microsoft off of PC. The only thing is you can't run our games. And most of the games we have anywhere are not ported over to console anywhere. So that's the other thing too. A lot of our games are not ported over there. That's why I said do your research. Go on and get a Steam account. It's free. You're not going to pay any subscription costs or anything. It's all free. Go get yourself a Steam account. Go take a look at the library. I'm not trying to insult you and discourage you from going in and buying it. If people want to come in and you want to treat people nasty and be rude, then expect to get the same thing back. But if you're coming in to learn something at the end of the day, I always tell people, hey, go take a look. That's what I did. Before I spent the money on a PC, before I went down that road, before I was converting from console back into PC, before I did that, I got myself a Steam account to make sure I was ready for the games I was going to be playing. I wanted to look around and see what the selection was in there, and liked everything I saw. I couldn't wait to get my PC built. That's the PC I built, the Steam machine. That's the one that I built when I basically was leaving Xbox for going into that whole DRM and all that stuff like that, and I was like, no, I'm done. So that's what I built there. So it's a great way to just look around, see what they got in there. If you're a person who likes driving games, you're a big fan of that. Oh my goodness, man, there's so many driving games on PC. It is sinful how many driving games there are on there. You're a person about flight simulator, they play them Top Gun. Oh my goodness, there's so the flight simulators, they're even the controllers are beyond, like they're beasts, man. They're beasts. You will never find a console controller anywhere close to what you'll find in a flight or driving on PC. Yep. You're not comfortable with the PC controllers, because PC has controllers. You can use your own. I can play with your PS5. I can play with your PS1 controllers. We got something called Joybox. We can plug it in to make your stuff compatible with the box and make it compatible. As for the controller button mapping, it does it automatically, so you don't have to worry about that either at all. If you don't want to play on your keyboard or mouse, go to big screen mode. Go play on your couch. You even got a Steam Deck. You want to take it with you, take it with you. All your games you have on your Steam account are loaded onto your Steam Deck. You can play right from there. If I want to play my games at somebody else's house, they got a computer over there and access my account over there and game over there if I want. So you have massive options at your disposal. There's even mods, programs. If you have a PC's programs and stuff you can do on there. There's all kinds of cool stuff. When you earn points at the end of the day, you will be to use your points. As a matter of fact, I go use my points because I got stuff on the download. To dress up your marketplace and all that stuff. You want to dress up your background, your profile picture, change your intro when you come in. You know the intro they have when you play for PlayStation. You can change that intro if you want. Put something else on there. I got this anime girl I want to do. She gets off the bike and she bangs on the door, and she's looking all into the people and she bangs on the door. That's what I download. I'm putting it on there. So that way when I go in there, if the person comes off a bike and just bangs on the door like they're looking in the people, like they're looking right back at me. I definitely had to get that. That was hilarious. But yeah, you get that. Any games you buy, you get points. So I bought Pac-Man. I got 1,700 points. You accumulate a lot of points quick. My other account has 30,000 points on it. And I'm still trying to chop away, trying to figure out what on. I got a lot of stuff on there that I bought. So yeah, it's cool to have, you know what I mean? But, you know, check it out. And then for other people saying, well, you know, I got to learn all this stuff. No, you don't. You got to learn all this stuff. You go down and get yourself, what's it, a 1090? I think it's a 1090 Dell at the end of the day. And you get yourself a low profile card and drop it in there. You can drop the 3050s in there with no problem. Low profile, drop it in there. Snap the top on it. That's it. You're done. You go on Steam and you do some gaming. Set up your account. It's all free. That's it. And they got it. And if you don't have any money on you at the time, guess what? They got tons of free games. That Disney game I like to play with the race around in, that's free. And it's none one of those games you have to get the game for free, and then you got sucky armor and sucky guns, and everybody else paid in, and they got no. They don't do it that way over there. Nope. You got the good stuff like everybody else. The Disney game, you watch me play, they haven't lost a match in there. I lost one match a long time, but few back, I lost a few. But man, when I was in there, I was on fire. I was beating every match. And guess what? I'm using stock cars. And I'm like, I got none of the upgrades. I ain't paid for anything on that game. I came with some coins, I don't know what. Got lots of games in there. Lots of free games. All different categories. Take your time. Open up the account. And go and check out free games. And see how big the category of free games are. Like, wow, all this is free. It's all free. So you can get a Dell. You can get a Dell for about maybe 110. You can eBay get them for like 130 for the Dell. And the 3050 doesn't take a lot of wattage. That's all. You're running off a 250 power supply. There's a little slot they have in there. PCI Express 3.0. They have 2.0. Just drop it right in there. That's it. Close the top. Windows are automatically from the door. If you don't have a driver with it, Windows will automatically make it compatible. If you want to put in the extra options and all that stuff, you build the driver in it. It allows you to get the extra options that they have on there for the graphic card. That's basically about it. Very easy to do. You learn that whole thing just like that. And right there and there, you just put together a nice little gaming PC. People realized that when they were looking at the 7010s, I think the 9010s, if I got it correctly, if I didn't reverse that around, that they had all the power, they had good parts in there for gaming. For basic gaming, all the parts. The only thing about it is the integrated video, where basically we're sharing video off the off your RAM in order to produce video that you would see on the screen, or share combined video. In order to basically to make the video card, make it dedicated, which you needed a card for that, you would just pick up one of these video cards. And that way the RAM would be separate to itself, which would have 16 gigabytes of RAM. Some have a 32 gigabytes of RAM on the unit. And you basically had whatever RAM was supplied from your video card. These video cards right here, I think they're 4 gigabytes. 4 gigabytes of memory. So yeah, there you go. There you go, yeah. They're DDR3 and DDR3, and they're 4 gigabytes. They're TIs. RTX 1050 Ti. That's what they are. But anyway, yeah, that's all you need. Pop it in there, and that's how I started with these. I bought the Dells and popped those in there. I was in there gaming off those things. Cheap way to build a PC. Very little work. You're done, you're finished, and that's it. And voila, put a little artwork on it, paint it up real nice, got a nice black case to it, paint it up real nice and all, make it look real cool and all, you know, put some stickers on. What do you want to do? But you got a gaming PC now. And you go on Steam, open up your account, go in there and game. You don't have the money, play free games. I play free games all the time. Alright, let me go pick up what I gotta go pick up, because I've been saying it for the last couple minutes, right? Trying to take over the world. Pinky in the brain. Trying to take over the world. That I would like to have. I want a bobblehead of Pinky in the Brain. I want a big one too. Brain had a big old head on his. I want to put that on my desk. I'm a big fan of Pinky in the Brain. Let's see if I can get the bobbleheads. I want the big ones too. I'm going to put them on my desk. I gotta lift them up. I got microphones on this piece. I'm gonna get me two and put them on my desk. Mork! Put right on my desk. It's funny, everybody else's offices look like really like they're elegant. I'm the one with the tech in here, and all the tech and everything. I've got the crazy office. Come in here, it's all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna get the Pinky and the Brain on my desk. Try to take over the world. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Pinky in the Brain up here. I'm going to put life goals to try to take over the world. Alright. Go get what we got to get. Get it done. Unusual craziness that we got to go through. Man, so glad I finally get all this finished and completed. Everything done. I want to be on site. The most of my, I want to be on site. That's what it comes down to. I want to be on site. The first two places already, I'm looking at already that I'm going to be on site with. Get my screen out there, get on display. Do the demonstrations. Of course, everything's going to be done pre-recorded because, again, like I said, I don't even know what the Wi-Fi situation is out there. And on top of that, I'm paying for this, so I need these videos to come up clear. Can we do it on a choppy Wi-Fi? So I'm definitely got to pay for. I'm paying for all this. It'd be nice to get out there and see that technology. From what I've already seen, what this stuff does in fully lit environments, especially being in the commercial, it's going to be capable for anything we jump into. So I'm glad, I'm happy about that. Just stuff to work. Other places I was at, I wasn't paying for that time. I was in there just doing something I was doing. But in these environments I got to be in, I got to pay for these. So that technology need to work. I mean, my footage got to be good. And that footage helps me at the end of the day. For other contracts I want to achieve the company. I got to get the paid on the door changed over to the new company's name. I got the new business cards coming out for the new company's name. Brochures, like I said, I got to get t-shirts, all that stuff. When I go on site, I want to have my company's name on my t-shirt and everything. On my hoodies or everything, my hats and all that stuff. I'll tell you the one thing I love about the whole basic dress code that I have at the end of the day, because you would think, oh, you're being off, you're supposed to wear suits and ties. Not me. The reason why I started business on time, I don't have to wear ties, ever. I don't want to. I come out of here, everybody else got suits and ties. They're cool people nice around here, but then some people are new coming through it, then they're like, oh, must be the janitor and all that stuff like that. I don't care. Matter of fact, I call my blue cargos that I like to wear, I call them my custodian pants. Because my sister was looking like, them tan boots on and that chain you got coming out. It looks like you're freaking a janitor. I was like, yeah, they do. So I call them my custodian pants. Janitor custodian pants. But I'm not into that whole, some people, they gotta wear the suits and stuff. They gotta brag about, they need that ability to brag about, oh, I make this and I do that. So there's some people like that. That's what they have to be. They need that. They need that credit. They need that check. I don't know. For me, I don't care at the end of the day. I really don't. I mean, I can come out of here dressed in flip-flops and a clown suit. Don't make a difference to me as long as I know what I do. That's all that cares. So I don't have those kind of insecurity issues. Some people have insecurity issues like that. They need to understand that. Some people basically have them. We're still insecurity issues at the end of the day. But, to each his own. How everybody sees it. But for me, no. As long as I know what I can do, I'm good. You can sit there with a fancy suit on and whatever next to me. I just look at you like, nice suit. I like people like that. People that are low profile about it. I'm going to show it off. I like people like that. So, even if I do sometimes wear the same pair of pants or whatever, it don't make a difference to me. At the end of the day, my technology is far more advanced. Because it is. And that's the reason why I got the haters, because they recognize who I am at the end of the day. So, don't mean nothing to me at the end of the day. My technology is better. Can't get mad about it. If you had something, I would have seen it by now. How long have I been around? 14 years or something like that? Oh, you weren't around at that time. Well, that tells you right there. So yeah, for the naysayers, if you had something better, I would have seen it by now. Right? Right. So, you get mad when I make that statement. You can't do anything about it. You want to show at the end of the day you're good as me? Finish my matching betters. Complete them all. All of them. If you can't complete them, then what are you mad about? It's the truth, right? My stuff is better than yours. Now, you can get all grumpy and get all mad and say, I'm going to make it. Who cares what you make at the end of the day? I'm here. I'm done. You understand me? I crossed that finish line. I'm finished. All my stuff is all backed up. Everything I have is ready to go. My next stage right now is to be in shows and expos. That's where I'm going. You still got to back yours up on YouTube. You can't even make it here. You won't survive in this element. I'm here. So, again, no. So I'm not going to get all fussed. Like, we got the bet. I don't care. Why would I care at the end of the day? Think about this real quick. If I got people coming and seeing this technology, same thing you see on YouTube every single day, and they're seeing this technology, and they know it works 100%, and they're giving me that money at the end of the day, right? What would I care about your little demonstration on YouTube for? If he sits there and says, oh, I'm better than this guy, what would I care? If I'm getting 50,000, 100,000, 800,000, if I'm getting that at the end of the day, why would I even care about your little campaign on YouTube? You're where I started from. You're not here. All right then, so why would I care? Do your little campaigns, do your little cheerleader, I don't care. As long as you don't say anything at the end of the day that ain't true, that I can drag you to, my lawyer can drag you into a courtroom and sue you on, then that's it. Other than that, have your little campaign and cry. So then don't care. Ugh. But to my customers, well, my customers online and offline, I'm still gonna break my bread. So again, no, it don't make a difference. Good thing about it is that the technology we have not decided to basically make our technology for companies only. If we do that, that's the end of it. It means that we have to have a distributor take care of the other end, and you know what they're going to do at the end of the day. We don't have control over a distributor. We don't. We can put in certain things we don't where our product at. We can't control price with a distributor. We can't. They're going to charge whatever they have to charge. But they got all these overhead charges, the things you got to do at the end of the day. You're going to definitely pay for it. That's why I'm trying to keep it all to the website. All right, people. I'm gonna go pick what I gotta pick up. I'm gonna sit there multiple times, right, Taco? Like, you didn't sit like 3 or 4 times. You leave out the door yet. And get back in, because you got work to do. Where we at roughly for time here? He's like, you sit there like 5 or 6 times. Like, seriously? 5 or 6 times. You didn't even leave out yet. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one and get some work out. Two new tech on there. Interesting weekend. Freaking build 2 PCs, put those things together. Work on this other technology, gonna work on it from here. Ugh, man. It's interesting how the projector didn't work and I still got a crazy day. And the projector didn't work. That still would have made my day even crazier, but still. Usually normal crazy day. And I had to build those. Take all the other machines, take them apart, put the whole thing back together again. The only thing I'm happy about is I didn't have to go through the process of that machine over there of basically disconnecting that freaking liquid cooling system. And that thing was a pain in the neck to get. I had to do it twice. They're headaches. I mean, I like the whole RGB thing, but that whole freaking process right there, I never want to do one of those ever again. Eventually, I am going to do it again. I think at the end of the day, if I have to go through that again, man, I'm just going to buy a whole new liquid cooling. That's literally how much of a headache it was to put in. I'm going to get a whole new liquid cooling system. Like that one over there was easy to put in. That was a breeze to put in. But that one, I was like, why? Matter of fact, I recorded myself putting it in. I was on camera screaming about it, telling me, why did you make it this way? It's a freaking headache. Like, why? Yep. parts. That one's much easier to do. I like that one better. So next time I'm getting that brand over there. And then for your console gamers out there who say, well, if it's so hard, then down here. Let me explain something to you. See, got multiple parts. If I don't want to use that, I can go to that one. There's like 20, 30, 40 companies that make those things at the end of the day. I can go to any one of them. Because we got bunches of parts. On your system, well, you're just stuck with that one part. Like, you know, when the Xbox One had I think 2 versions of their disc that you can replace. So which one had Blu-rays? You can replace PS2 had them too. But you can replace the disc if it got damaged. But there were only 2 of them. I couldn't go to the store and just grab something off the shelf and get it because it wouldn't work. It wasn't compatible with the system because the peripherals were made different. So you couldn't use other stuff. Like, you know, like the Kinect system. They deliberately made the Kinect system with a really weird peripheral port on it so you really couldn't plug it up to anything. So some third-party company came out, made an adapter so you can plug it into your PC. Wait till you see what we do with that thing. I'm like, what? You can do that? Yeah, that's the crazy thing about the Kinect system. Like, they really didn't use it to its full potential on the Xbox. They really did. They did. If you see what they do with them things on PC, you'll be blown away. Like, what the freak? Yeah, you could do some crazy stuff with a Kinect system. I got 2 programs right now sitting in my system, and one of them has a ton of mods that I can use on the Xbox Kinect system to make it do some crazy stuff that you can't do here on your own system, right, on your own Xbox system. Like, you couldn't even come close to that. So it's kind of like I'm wondering, like, what did they really make it for? Did they make it for PC, or did they make it for console? So yeah, I was talking to somebody at the store. The guy wanted me picking it up from. He was like, yeah, with the PC version, it's crazy what you can do with them. I can literally scan this whole entire environment with that unit because it's designed to scan like a large area. And anything in here, I can do with drag and drop touch screen with my programs and stuff. There's a virtual mouse, virtual keyboard on there. We can run VR glasses, do it for full body tracking. Because usually if you're doing full body tracking on VR, you gotta have those individual little sensors on your arms and legs and all that stuff. Not on this, you don't. Your whole entire body's the sensor. There you go. And guess what I can run that on? I can run it on your PlayStation VRs, which is crazy because if I try to run the PlayStation through the Kinect system, it's not going to work. It's 2 different systems. But if I run it through PC, I can run your VR glasses, and I can run the Kinect system, or I can play God of War on an Xbox 360 controller or Xbox controller. It's crazy. Or I can play Halo on the PS5 controller. Now you understand the madness of the PC. Once you convert over to the true power of PC, you will understand the true meaning of gaming. You drop your controller, tears will be coming down your eyes. Like, I'm not worthy. Like with the Wayne's World, not worthy, not worthy. That's how it's going to feel. Watch. When you finally get a PC, and you finally see the power that you have, like, oh my goodness, like, I can change whatever I want. You can change whatever you want. So I'm not just stuck to the hard drive. You can go anywhere you want. Change my buttons. I don't got to use the buttons, your own buttons at the end of the day. Anything you want, like, oh my goodness. Wow. Control your cooling, everything. You control everything. You're a programmer, you have a ball with these things. I got a buddy of mine, a programmer, they have nuts with these things. Yeah, anything you want. You can even change the program itself. Whatever you freaking want. Power at the end of the day. You're sitting there, dropping your controller, crying to the ground, some classical music playing in the background. Oh, 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 oh. You were like Key and Peele. I'll have what he's having. And he's having the continental breakfast, and you saw that one. I'll have what he's having. I'll have what he's having. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. Because you get used to that power. You've been restricted for so long. Like I told you, it's like the dog on a leash. You can be out there in the field running, chasing squirrels and rabbits. It can be tied to a post. It's up to you. But those of you, and I know those of you know what I'm talking about, those of you were console gamers, and you now play on PC, or you do both. You can do both, I do both. But you know the freedom of PC. Once you know the freedom, it tastes different. Gaming is different. But you know what I'm talking about? You console gamers who trench your PC, they'll tell you the same day. Same thing. That taste of freedom is unbelievable. And you thought all that time that PC gamers hated you because you played console. We didn't hate you at the end of the day. Kind of feel sorry for you because at the end of the day, you're missing out on so much. It's not even funny. But now you're about to go full circle pretty soon. Full circle, pretty soon. You'll be full circle. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You get people to come. As a matter of fact, when I basically switched back over to PC, a bunch of PC guys came in. And the guy was, hey, welcome back. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, so and so, they're welcoming you back into the fold and everything. Welcome back. Even if you play console, the fact that you got a PC in your environment, still, you're woke already. Welcome back. But that hardcore 100% fanboy that's going to be console only, pop over to PC, man, you're going to get out that good, hard, 100% cry. It's going to come down deep at the end of the day. Finally waking up and realizing what your true purpose is in gaming and what you should be gaming on. You go back to console, everybody does go back and forth. I do it all the time. The console right there, PlayStation right there. But still, playing on PC is like no other. Yep. And they're the ones that become PC master race. They can transfer that easy. They'll come in basically like, man, just to where they like completely change altogether. Like, yeah, the PC is number one. It's ultimate. It is the best. Yeah, like, calm down, man. Just relax. Your power surge is going through right now. Just gotta learn to control. Like, so much power. Yeah, they be the ones talking like that. Like, oh my goodness, I used to be console. And my eyes were open, and I saw the power of true PC. And then this light came down, surrounded my body, and I was just taken up into this world of unbelievable extreme power, and therefore I knew my rightful place on this earth. That's what they become. Yep. And then you got the other half that's never been in the console a day in their life, and they've been all PC. They're PC gamers. I consider them to be top PC gamers. They never been on a console system ever. Like, I never felt the need to buy one. But on PC from day one. Boom, that's crazy. That's incredible. Yeah. You never want one console? I want. No. I am untainted. I am 100% pure. Yeah, that is true. I'll give you that much. That is definitely true. I gotta agree on that one. It is actually true. That's kind of crazy. But I've actually been console. Alright, people. This has been fun. I like talking about this stuff. It's fun at the end of the day. If you take this and you get upset and you get mad, it makes you angry, you have failed at the end of the day. It's all about having fun. Our technology, everything we have around us is about having fun and enjoying it as it goes along. Not getting upset, not getting angry. If it just ticks you off, where you feel like you need to scream, yell, whatever, I feel sorry for you. Life is not going well for you. Anyway, so that's all fun and games at the end of the day. So somebody does something stupid, I got to drag into a courtroom and shoot the daylights out of you. And then it ain't funny games anymore. It's just real life. Hey, stop looking at the wall. That's weird. Then that's why it's not funny games. Let me explain something. I know I got things to do. I'm chatty catting right now. I don't like suing people. Do you understand that? I don't. I prefer for people to mind their own freaking business, stay in your backyard, and that's it. That's what I prefer. But if you force my hand, I'm going to take you in. I don't want to. I'd rather just basically be left alone, let me work on my technology, have my fun, do what I do at the end of the day. But if you feel the need that you want to basically take that challenge on, I guarantee you when I walk out of that courtroom, I'll be smiling and you'll be crying. So, again, enjoy life. Stop doing dumb stuff. We gotta go. Out of here. I gotta go pick this thing up real quick. I'm gonna put my frost job and be done. Cut off. Put up.